Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today we are going to do another pick a card reading, and this time we are asking what's going to happen the next time that you see this person. This can go for anybody who really comes to your mind when you saw the title of this video. I have a feeling for many of you this is going to be some type of romantic situation, but it can be anyone. It can be platonic, whoever's like just really heavy on your mind when this question comes up. Go with that and select whichever one of these objects you feel most drawn to. For group number 1, we have this flower here. We have this little gnome here. And then we have the 2 stones and a ring. So this is rose quartz, rose calcite, and a ring. And this will be group 3. So group 1, 2, and 3. Whichever one of these groups you feel most drawn to when you think of your person and you think of the next time you're going to meet them, take that as a sign that that is where your reading is being possessed. And if you want to really just make your intentions clear, ask spirit, ask your spirit guides, what is going to happen the next time we see each other? And then select, okay? So let's just dive straight into your reading. Okay, so group number 1, if you selected the flower, then this is your reading. I would have the flower in frame, but it was just, there's too many cards here, okay? So here's how this is gonna happen. Over here, we have one person. Over here, we have the other. You can be on either side, and this is where you listen to your intuition and feel which side feels more like you and which side feels more like the person that you have asked about. In some instances, you may notice a little bit of yourself and the person you're asking about on both sides, and that just means that you guys are at a very similar vibration right now, and you are mirroring each other, which is very significant, okay? And down the middle here, we will just be reading into the energies and circumstances of the next time you see each other. And then on top of that, we are going to pull some tarot from the After Tarot. And we are going to finish off the reading with some channeled love messages. So if this is a romantic connection, we will actually be tuning into your person's feelings and what they want to say, and then your feelings and what you want to say. So very big reading today. Let's dive straight into it. So I think I want to start in the center here and see what this whole meetup's going to be all about. So this is a major arcana card, and we have the Lovers in reversed. Okay, so as you can see, we are starting off very strong. This is a really big confirmation that yes, many of you are asking about a love scenario. Also, I just want to point out the fact, and I know we're only like 1 minute into this reading, this can predict some, how do I put this in a way that won't get me demonetized? Some fun with the person that you are asking about. Some big explosions going on between the two of you. So we'll leave it there. In reversed, this is interesting. So I feel like there's an element to your relationship that is not yet defined or committed, or even if you are technically committed and like in a relationship, there's just maybe this is, you've had like a long separation in between the two of you. Maybe one of you were traveling, or maybe you broke up and are getting back together, something of that nature, okay? Or maybe it's just like you are committed, you are together, you're in a relationship, but it just doesn't feel that committed yet, you know? So there is an element here of not being 100% like, yes, this is my committed partner, set, secure, like, you know how in relationships when you've been together for a long time, there's that comfortability and that safety and that just knowing that they're not absolutely going anywhere. I don't feel that for this relationship. Not in a bad way, you know, it takes time to build up that feeling, right? So I feel like for the two of you, you're just not quite there yet for whatever reason, whether you're in separation, whether you're meeting up with an ex, or even if this is just a situationship, a lover, something like that, there's an energy here of not quite being defined, okay? So very interesting way to start off this meetup, okay? If you have a feeling that physical intimacy is on the table with them, I definitely see that happening here. And again, big explosions between between the two of you. I'm so sorry for anybody who is not interested in that with this person. Okay, again, take what resonates from this reading and leave anything that doesn't, guys. This is a general reading. If you want a personal reading to read into exactly what your situation is, go ahead and buy one on my website, spiritpsychic.org. We have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action coming out here. Okay. Oh, man. I'm just getting so much intensity when it comes to passion and the fire that exists between you, like even in the Lovers card, there's literally fire, not even just fire, like molten lava in between the two of you. So there's just a lot of chemistry here, a lot of tension in this relationship, like passionate tension, and it's time to start talking about it. It's time to start taking action on it. For some of you, I just feel like there was a long period of not being with this person physically, and now it's just like we're meeting up, and yeah, we're meeting up, you know what I mean? Like that's the energy I'm getting here. Like we are going to just let it all out during this meeting. You know, that's the energy I'm getting. However that comes forward for you. If this is like platonic, this could be like, okay, we're gonna talk about all of everything going on in this platonic connection. We are taking action here. Okay, this can also show just some type of activity as well. If you're just friends or you're not interested in the physical intimacy side of this relationship, it's time to take action can just show maybe the activity that you're doing with this person is very actionable. You know, maybe you're going like, I don't know why the first thing that popped into my head is axe throwing, or like doing something very much involving your body. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it really does represent that physical body and passion, okay? So that's going to come through in your meeting with this person in whatever shape that takes. We have serendipity coming in. Okay, there's going to be, okay, when I think of the word serendipity, I think of like weird instances, like synchronicities, like, wow, I was just thinking about 4-leaf clovers and then you mentioned 4-leaf clovers, like, you know, that type of like serendipitous interconnectedness. Or maybe you find out that you had like the same exact dream on the same exact night. That has happened to me several times before, by the way. Really interesting stuff there. And as I was saying that, I just like glanced over to my pillow that said dream. That's a serendipitous moment. I'm thinking about dreams and then I like look at the word dream subconsciously. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of serendipity in this meeting here. Lots of just like speaking what the other person is thinking, or just like I'm almost getting the sense for some of you guys that you had feelings and intuitive nudges about this connection, but you never quite got that confirmed. And during this meetup with them, you might start to see those intuitive nudges being confirmed. Like if this is a friend and you really felt like they had feelings for you, for example, this next meetup, you might like find out like, oh, they do have feelings. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm getting from here. Okay. We also have finding balance, preparing for the future, and out in nature. Okay, so some of you guys might be going out on a walk, or if, I don't know why, if you're not like going out into nature, I feel like one of you are going to be talking about some recent activities you've been doing out in nature, like going to the beach, going for a hike, climbing a mountain, surfing, something of that nature. Okay, or you might literally be doing those things, but I definitely think it's going to somehow come in to conversation or into this this meetup with them. Preparing for the future is interesting. So this, what I'm getting from this is that you are going to make future plans with this person while you are hanging out with them. Okay, so like maybe towards the end of the date or hangout session, you're gonna be like, oh, we should see each other again, and then they're like, yeah, totally, what are you doing on Tuesday or something, you know? So I'm seeing that here. There can also be some talks of the future going on here, but I'm really just getting intuitive feeling here, getting a feeling that it's not going to be super duper involved about the future, you know? This is like, you know, mild talks of the future, like maybe making some plans for a few weeks or months in advance, or maybe swapping ideas for different trips you can go on, or different things that you can do, or, you know, what you will be in the future. But I don't see this as like, okay, so we are going to have a baby together, we're going to get married. It's not that very serious, preparing for the future. It's just more so like preparing for the kind of nearish future, right? Finding balance is great as well. This shows a nice balance between the both of you, and if things have felt unbalanced recently, it will be coming into balance. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. I just got the most random thought just pop into my head with this card, like, oh my God, you know how like the orgasm gap is a thing? Obviously not everybody's heterosexual, but when when this card came out, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you'll both, you know, get your pleasure the next time you meet up, if that's something that's happening. Oh my God. All right, we're moving on. And you know what? I'm going to put this under here just so it's out of my head. Okay. Leaving it off with serendipity. Hiding those cards. But yeah, this is going to be a nice balanced hangout session. I think however you're feeling about this, there's a really good chance that the other person is feeling it as well. But we're going to actually literally see that. So let's find out. So like I said, this is one person, this is another person. Use your intuition to decipher who's who. I feel guided to start on this side. So person number 1, or A, is being represented by the Swan. Okay, so this is a mature water energy. So this person might be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but they don't have to be. And this person is also, they have a lot of life experience. They might be older or just wise beyond their years. The Swan represents a very graceful and nurturing, almost like motherly type of energy. Swans are also very much into their interpersonal connections. They mate for life, they are monogamous, and they just really have a lot of love in their heart. And, that's why they're this water animal. Water in general represents emotions, depth, not being afraid to look into the deeper things in life. But this did come out in reverse, so I think the shadow aspect of this person over here is that sometimes they look too deep into the behavior of the other person, into the behavior of this connection, and it might actually prove to be a distraction for them at times. And it might actually get them kind of all caught up in their head. See how it's like a reflection here? I just feel like sometimes they get in their head, they get in their emotions, they start overthinking the connection, and, it makes them kind of view this with a negative lens at times. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? This person is really deep, really emotional, mature emotionally, I want to say as well. And they're not afraid of that, okay? Let's see what person 2 or whoever over here is being represented as. We have the Panther. Oh, fire energy. Yeah, we have big cat energy over here. This is interesting. This is very fierce. This is quick moving. Once the Panther decides that they want something, they prounce forward. Okay. This is, again, just an intuitive message. There's no cards here to indicate this feeling that I'm feeling, but I just feel like the Panther person maybe has been really hesitating to move this connection forward quickly. Okay, I feel like this Panther person was kind of waiting for a while, maybe even months, I want to say, to move this connection forward quickly. And I feel like that's why, they're the reason why the Lover's card is in reverse, because it's just I feel like the Swan doesn't quite know where they stand 100% with the Panther, or they don't know what is supposed to happen in their future. There's no guaranteed future here. It's not like you're married. I'm not seeing that. It's not I don't know. There's just some questions here that the Swan person has for the Panther. This card came out in reversed. And so this really shows me that this Panther person is going to take the Swan off guard, completely off guard, because once they decide that this connection is something that they really want in their life, they're going to move forward extremely rapidly. This is a situation where it's almost like maybe for the longest time you don't share your feelings with each other, but you both feel the love in this connection. You both feel the other person's emotions and sweetness that they have towards each other. But both of these people have some issues when it comes to expressing those feelings, because I think with the Swan person, they get too much into their head, They look too deeply into small things at times, and it makes them really think that the Panther person doesn't like them. And with the Panther person, I just feel like they know how deep their feelings run, and they know how precious their heart is, and when they really fall for somebody, they fall for somebody, It's almost like this person over here goes from 0 to 100 real fast, It's not that they can just have a casual friend. They have to have a best friend for life. It's not that they can have just, a casual hookup. They have to, either have that or, be, completely enamored with this person, This person struggles to look at the gray scale of relationships, So, they were taking their time. They don't want to waste their energy, because it takes a lot of energy for the Panther as an animal to pounce on something. And so they really take their time and stare at the prey. They stare at what they're trying to get. I don't know if you have any cats, but they do this all the time where they will just stare at it silently, not moving. And then once they decide that it's the perfect moment to catch whatever they're trying to catch, they pounce immediately. All right. And so I'm just seeing this and interpreting it as there's some type of like floodgate energy that is gonna open, if not this time you hang out, in the near future, like the next couple of weeks or months, okay? I really feel it. Okay, let's look into the swan person's energy. We have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, so there is an opening of the throat chakra happening the next time you are seeing each other. So that's a really positive indication that perhaps, this floodgate is opening. And this floodgate has everything to do with emotions, okay? Because the throat chakra has to do with speaking up, saying your part, speaking your truth, and just being very vocal, okay? Oh, man. I'm trying to make this a PG rated thing. For some of you, if this is like a hooking up situation, the swan person might be very vocal during that. Oh my gosh, moving on. We have walking away. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I think above all else, the swan person will maintain their pride. Birds are very proudful animals. And I think that's why they were kind of holding off a lot when it came to speaking up. Oh gosh, this is juicy. We got to look at this person's energy. We have hostilities coming out. And we have victory. Keep getting all these dirty messages, guys. What in the BDSM's going on here? Okay. So I just feel these two, the excitement is really high when you guys meet up, okay? Like really, really high. There's volcanic energy between the both of you that has gone unspoken for so long. And I am going to be shocked if it doesn't just come exploding out the next time you hang out with each other. With the hostilities card, with the 5th chakra card. Yeah, this is... I almost feel like so much emotional energy has gone unspoken for so long between the two of you that it's to the point where it's either like, it's like all or nothing, If my feelings aren't reciprocated, I'm going to walk away, says this one. And with the panther, it's just like these feelings, these emotions have been accumulating so much within me that it's almost making me a bad person. And here's the thing, guys. It's never good to bottle any emotions, even loving emotions, okay? If you really love somebody and you bottle that up, you don't tell them, that can cause a lot of negative energy within you because it's just like, well, do they love me back? And what if they hate me? And, they're doing all these little tiny things and that must be a sign. And it's just like, whenever you don't speak up about your feelings to whomever those feelings are applicable, it really can create some negative energy here. And that's why I feel like the walking away card, the hostilities card, the victory card, the 5th chakra card, this meetup is going to go one of two ways, okay? And I almost hate that it's like this black and white, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the cards. It's either going to be like, I share my feelings, we speak about everything, we get everything out from underneath the surface of this relationship, all the unspoken tensions and emotions, and we're victorious, and we're, like, together, and it's great. Or we don't do that, and we let our shadow selves make us believe that the other person doesn't feel the same way, and we get defensive, okay? I see so much mirroring of emotions going on in this connection. On one hand, you both want to open up, and on the other hand, you both want to defend yourselves, okay? You both want to, move away from each other in a sense. It's so complicated, guys. This is a really difficult reading because the energy is so complicated. It's like you're both in love with each other, but you both keep, like, in the back of your minds trying to come up with worst-case scenarios all the time, So it's just... weird. The energy's weird. All right, let's look into the swan's energy a bit more. We have gossip with the heart chakra. Okay, so I'm just seeing this as like the next time you meet up with each other, I feel like the swan person is going to be chatting away about everything that's happened to them recently, just in general, you know, every mundane, basic day-to-day things. And over here we have dissipating with the solar plexus chakra. I feel like the panther person's going to be more on the tired side. When you guys meet up. That's interesting. And let's see the angel cards just to get them out of the way. Career transition over here. Okay, so some of what this one might be talking about is what's going on in their work or career life. Archangel Chamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So that might be something that some of you are going through, but definitely not all of you. And then we have don't stop. Oh my god. Okay. Moving on over here, we have no coming out. A strong no. And we have take back your power, Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Ooh. This person is like so back and forth within their own energy. Like, I don't think they are going to initiate any groundbreaking conversations this time around. The swan person might, but I don't think this person is, because they are so back and forth with themselves, where on one hand they want to, you know, be in their power and be strong and, you know, really just be completely honest, completely open about everything going on in their energy, all of the high emotions going on here. But then on the other hand, I just feel like there's something buried deep within this person's subconscious mind. And they are giving me like divine masculine energy. So if you are like in a heterosexual connection, this might be the man in the connection, whether you or the other person. But like there's something, it obviously doesn't have to be, there's something deep within this person's subconscious where they get mad at themselves a lot. Like, I feel like this hostility card that's here is directed towards themselves. So it's almost like they're over here in their own little head, being hostile towards themselves, talking down on themselves, hesitating, like, why can't I just move forward? Why can't I just be brave? I'm so weak. I'm a coward, whatever. And if they ever, like, talked about themselves like that to you, then this is a really big confirmation. Like, they're still doing that, and it's really getting in the way of them being in their highest power. I don't think the panther person is currently like in their best behavior, best power. You know what I mean? Like, they're just they're not at their most confident is what I want to say. And all of their spirit guides and angels are surrounding them at this time, just like really trying to get them to be more in their power, to be more confident, to be more forward and direct. But they keep saying no to that. They keep saying no to themselves. So they're kind of struggling because they're going against what feels naturally right for them. What feels naturally right for them is to be here with the swan, to be present and just really moving things along, moving things forward, and to just run after it. Like the panther. Like, this person is supposed to be like a panther, where they see the swan and they're like, yes, that's what I want, and they pounce on it in like a nice way, like to move this connection forward swiftly. That's what they absolutely want, and that's their natural instincts here. But then for some reason they are using their willpower to turn themselves into this like turtle or something, like the exact opposite of a panther, somebody who's in their shell and moving extremely slowly because they're trying to protect themselves. Weird, but all they want is this victory. All they want is this the beauty, the really nice, loving connection, you know? Interesting. I definitely think the swan person here is going to take on a more leadership role the next time you see each other. You know, they're kind of going to lead the ship. And I think they're going to do most of the talking as well. Interesting. So I feel guided to pull the tarot now. We're just going to get some tarot cards to just literally look into what's going to happen the next time you guys see each other. So we got your two individual energies. And where your minds are at. This person's in their head, and this person's just feeling really chatty. They're a chatty Cathy over here. They got a lot they want to tell the Panther. Or they just might be in an extra talkative moment and really caught up in their career or their life purpose in some way, and they want to, fill the other person in on it. They've also been doing some walking away from certain individuals or things in their life that they want to talk to this person about, or they want to talk about the separation if you guys have been in separation, okay? But, interesting. So the cards that popped out are the Four of Wands in reversed and the Five of Wands. Wow. And this is fire energy again. So this Four of Wands card is really interesting because this shows stability. And this is that lacking element with the Lovers reverse that we talked about. Like, even if you're in a committed relationship, there's just something about it where it doesn't quite feel comfortable, committed, like this person's not going anywhere yet, That's why it came out in reversed. And also, I want to point out, this is a minor arcana, so this might be a temporary ordeal here. But then we have the Five of Wands coming out next. And this shows people being defensive, We see here everybody has their wand, and the wand represents their personal passion. It represents their fire, their intensity. And it's almost like all of these people feel really intense, really passionately here. But, notice how they're all kind of sitting separately, and with the wand positioned to defend themselves at any given moment. And here we have somebody wearing polka dots, and that is also very significant. This shows that, the energies that we're picking up from this card isn't as, serious and oh my gosh, we're being defensive with each other, blah, blah, blah. We're defending our hearts, and nobody's ever going to open up. No, lighten up a bit. Also, I think what would really be, a nice healing balm in this connection is just some lighthearted flirtations and maybe some healthy competition. So if you are doing something like axe throwing the next time you see each other, don't be afraid to flirtily be competitive with each other. I think it might really help lighten the mood and raise the vibration, because I think the Panther person specifically needs to raise their vibe a bit, to be more present here. They need to get out of their head and more into this connection, more into this this thing. Also, if you are doing anything competitive the next time you see each other, I feel like the Panther person will come out as victor, okay? So that is interesting. And maybe the universe is putting them in situations in life where they just kind of keep winning. If they're playing a board game, they're going to win. If they are in a competition, they're going to win. And, just in all these situations where they're victorious, because the universe is trying to say, if you just step into your power and share your truth, you will be victorious. It's trying to give them that confidence. Everything's connected. There's always signs around us, whether we're looking at them or not. So what's going to happen next time they see each other? Let's keep going. And then we'll get some channeled messages. I just kind of intuitively picked the amount of cards that came out. So we have the Four of Pentacles. Again, it's giving me that energy of protection. I think what you both are good at is being stable within yourselves as individuals. However, we haven't found that stability together yet. You know what I mean? So that needs working on. And again, we have the Nine of Cups. This also gives that message of being stable and content on our own as individuals, but are we going to integrate into a connection together and have it feel stable and fulfilling? I don't know. Also, there might be food involved the next time you meet up. We have the Lovers coming out again, guys. This is a relationship for sure, or a romantic situation for sure. Also, I want to point out, because it came out twice, this is a really big message. The Lovers does represent making a relationship decision, okay? And we saw in these cards that it's going to go one of two extreme ways. And even in the Lovers, we had the Lovers reversed and the Lovers upright. This is walking away entirely with the Lovers reversed, never seeing you again. Or this is, okay, we're committed, we're doing this, it's great. So I wonder if some of you guys might be having a what are we conversation or a where are we going conversation the next time you hang out, because that would explain preparing for the future and why this card came out, you know? Somebody's just trying to get all their ducks in one row. They want to know where this connection is going. They don't want to waste any more time or energy. I feel like you both don't want to, you know, keep pouring into this connection. If it's not going to go anywhere where you both feel nurtured, you know? So, and that would also explain why there's this energy of like, this is going to go one of two ways, but it's not clarifying which way it's going to go. I think you just both have to be brave, bite the bullet, and have this conversation if that's what you feel guided to do. We have the 10 of Swords in reversed. Okay, this is tiredness. This is defeat. So I really do feel this strongly from the Panther person. Just feeling so drained, so tired. And I feel like with the Swan person, they're almost to the point of like being fed up. Like if they don't get answers soon, they're just going to feel so like, okay, what am I, beating a dead horse here? You know, walking away. I am moving forward with or without you. So let's clarify whether you're coming with or without me. 2 of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is the ending of a relationship. Ooh, guys, this is significant. This is a significant next time you're meeting up. Oh, man. There's definitely conversations that's going to happen the next time you see each other that will give you really big clarity on where things are headed in this connection, okay? And I truly, also, one of you guys might have a cat, or both of you might have a cat, a little side note. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, and I don't know where we were at with that, but all I'm going to say is, there's a relationship decision being made the next time you guys see each other or shortly after, you know. I just feel like with this card especially, like, it's time. We've been waiting long enough. It is time to figure out, you know, what's going on here. It is time to take action. It is time to move things along. It's time to find balance in this connection. And it's going to turn out, like how this turns out, it's going to look different for everybody watching. Some people might end up breaking up, walking away. Due to this conversation that happens. Others of you might end up like completely committed and getting on the same page with each other, okay? But, oof. Yeah, this is definitely romantic. If you're asking about a platonic connection, I just don't think you might have selected the right group. Because, you know, we have the Lovers twice, we have the 2 of Cups. Like, this is, I want to say burying the hatchet as well. Which means letting go of the past. And maybe openly talking about past problems, feelings. Like, I just think that everything that lied beneath the surface of this connection that you both felt but didn't talk about, like the elephants in the room with this connection are coming to the surface. So use your intuition, group number 1. What are those elephants? Is it that you're both in love with each other and want something deeper? Is it that there are deeper issues here? What is it? Comment down below. So we are going to get channeled messages for both of you. So let's first get channeled messages from the Panther to the Swan. If they could tell the Swan exactly how they feel, what would they say? Oof, that one popped out. That one also popped out. Oh, wait, we have a lot coming out. Okay. And if the Swan was extremely open about their feelings to the Panther, what would they say? They said everything that was on their mind during this hangout session, what would they say? Okay, those popped out. Any more? Okay. I think, oh, all right. The Swan has a lot more to say. Like we said, they're in a very talky, chatty Cathy mood. So not surprising there. But, oh my gosh, I can't. There we go. Let's start over here with the Panther to the Swan. So if the Panther was completely open with the Swan about everything they needed to say, and all their feelings, it would be this. So we have the Moon here, and it says, I have no idea where this is going. I'm just doing what feels right. Doesn't that summarize this whole reading? Like, I have no idea what's going to happen between you two the next time you hang out. But for the Panther person, it's almost like it doesn't logically make sense to them, you know, the 2 of you, but it just feels so correct when you're together. So they're just kind of following that feeling of like, this is correct. This is where we want to be. They're very confused on where the relationship is headed. The unknown is uncomfortable for the Panther person. Follow your intuition with like 3 exclamation points. Yeah, guys, read into what you're feeling. Really acknowledge right now. Okay, right now, acknowledge what you're feeling. What do you feel like this person is, like, what is the unspoken tension here? Let me know. Risky connection. Your senses are guiding you now. Yeah, that means like it's not on firm, solid foundation. Like this connection can literally be destroyed or made overnight. You know, you're not on that stable, comfortable foundation. Like in really long-term relationships where you've been together so long, you see each other every day, like you're just really comfortable and secure in that connection. You're not there yet, which is why this is a risky connection, because it's just like right now, your senses, your psychic senses are guiding you in the right direction for this connection and moving you through the right path in this connection. Take note of your dreams and intuition. We have the Hierophant coming out for the Panther to the Swan. You make me more spiritually aware. I have learned so much from you. Yeah, so I don't think this person is very spiritual, but I think this is, and honestly, I feel like many of you watching are the swan person, just because it's water. And, you know, the swan itself is a very, like, psychic, spiritually connected animal. Water in general represents those areas of life, and also a lot of emotional maturity coming from them as well. So this person's really into the spirituality, self-help, psychology, nurturing, like those types of things, creative endeavors, you know, painting, dancing, singing, whatever floats your boat, gardening. So this person's more into those creative, spiritual areas of life. And this person definitely was not. Okay, I'm not getting that vibe from them at all. Maybe they do for some of you, but like they are like they've learned so much from the swan, from you. Spiritual ascension is happening in the Panther because of this connection. There's a student-teacher dynamic here where the swan is taking on the teacher role a lot with the Panther when it comes to the more spiritual, emotional nature of life. There's soul contracts involved here. Yeah, 100% there's a soul contract here. With the Lovers card coming out twice, no doubt in my mind, you guys have met in multiple lifetimes before. In the in-between life, you know, your souls know each other. And you agreed to meet in this lifetime at this exact time. Acknowledging the sacredness of this union. Oh, that's adorable. The Panther definitely acknowledges that this is something special. And also committed partnership and marriage. Yeah, guys, that's what this person wants. Okay, they're just for some reason at war with that fact in their mind, which is making them come across like their energy is not kind of matching what they put out there. You know, like I said, it's like they have a Panther spirit and amount of emotions, but they're projecting themselves as a turtle. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's why the Panther's energy is so confusing for the swan person, because it's just like this swan person who's naturally very psychic and intuitive is picking up the Panther spirit. Okay, picking up the feelings, the energy, the gratitude, you know, the love. But on the surface in the 3D, this person is trying to act like a turtle. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and it's just making this whole thing confusing. We have, from the Panther to the Swan, the High Priestess. I feel our relationship in the 5D. I acknowledge there's a deeper spiritual meaning to this connection. Wow, this connection really awakened a spiritual awakening in the Panther person, for real. And I think even if they don't identify as somebody spiritual or even believing in spirituality, they can definitely feel the telepathic connection that lies here. Okay, I think sometimes the swan person might just literally say things, and that's, you know, we had the synergy card or the serendipity card. The swan person might just say things sometimes that the Panther was thinking, and the Panther might not have even said this to the swan, but like that's when it clicked in their head, like, oh, this is a spiritual telepathic connection. This person actually is like very spiritually aware, psychic, awakened, like, you know, psychic dreams about each other again. And I keep bringing up dreams, like maybe you guys have had like the same dream, or this person might dream of the swan and I just have a feeling they're not telling them for some reason. Soulmate, karmic, twin flame. Again, additional confirmation that this is, in fact, a soul-contracted, deeply meaningful connection, okay? We have the Four of Cups. I want a soulmate relationship, but I'm unwilling to open up emotionally and put in the work. Oh, yeah. Yup. This is that turtle energy we got. Yeah. They want the connection. I think that's the most important thing to say here. They want this connection more than anything else. But they are just acting stupid about it. Like they have to do some very deep emotional healing work, because deep in their subconscious being, like there's this hostility that they have towards themselves when it comes to feelings and relationships. And like, I don't know, this person needs a therapist or something. I don't know what to tell you. Like they just need to not, they're operating at the schism, they're operating at this place of like what they're feeling is 100%, let's say, and what they're giving and showing of those feelings is like maybe 5%. They're only showing like 5% of their feelings here. And yeah. Whew. Let's take a look into what the Swan would tell the Panther if they were 100% open about their feelings. We have the Two of Pentacles coming out. I am juggling my emotions and other responsibilities right now. It's difficult, but I'm managing. Yeah, this person, I feel like the Swan person, they get into these like flows where they might feel really overwhelmed emotionally about this connection one day, and then the next day it's just like they have so much work going on, like career-wise, like tasks, responsibilities going on, that they kind of, it's not that they feel better about the connection, but it's just like kind of like a healthy distraction from it, I guess you could say. Because here's the thing, I feel like if you are the Swan person and you want this relationship to happen, you're gonna have to wait for the Panther person to stop like hiding from their own emotions, And in the meantime, Spirit is asking you to really work on yourself, because when you are loving yourself and just living your life regardless, it's kind of like get on the train or it's going without you. And the Swan person is on the train, and that train is their life, They're moving forward they're being asked to move forward with their life nonetheless, okay? If this person is still not being open and acknowledging their feelings, and, the Swan person's like trying to just move on, like, okay, well, we're not like committed yet, so I'm not going to sit here and, not take a really nice job across the country because I have feelings for this person when we're not even committed, They're in that energy. Like, I'm not sacrificing my life. I'm not putting my life on hold for someone who's not fully committed to me or not fully... Sorry, that was my neighbor. If you heard that, I don't know if you heard that. But yeah, they're kind of going through a roller coaster of emotions when it comes to this person, because it's confusing, okay? It's confusing. But in general as well, they just have so much on their plate, just like with responsibilities with work. They might have their own business. They might be going through a change in career. They might have several jobs or, children or something that makes their schedule tight. And they might even be struggling with money issues as well for some of you. So we have the Three of Cups. I love flirting with you. I believe love should be lighthearted and fun. Yeah, this Swan person doesn't feel super comfortable when relationships are heavy. They enjoy getting deep. They enjoy getting deep with people, but they don't enjoy heavy, Like, they're not afraid to have all these really deep discussions. In fact, they really enjoy that. But when it starts feeling heavy, like, I just don't know where this is going, this is giving me anxiety, that's what they don't like. And so they're trying to infuse some flirty friendship energy into this connection. And I think the method right now that the Swan person is taking, or being guided to take in this connection, is to kind of tone things back on their own end a little bit emotionally until the Panther person like kind of gets their own crap together. They're just gonna be like, you know what? I already know that my feelings are deep for this person. I don't have to hide them. I can openly communicate it. And I also want to say, if you're the Swan person, I almost feel like for some of you, you feel like you're not being open with your emotions, but you are. You 100% are. This person's not being open with their emotions. You give them the opportunity, many opportunities to, open up to you and get deeper with you. 100%. This is not your fault that they're not doing that. All right? It's their fault. But I see the method at which the Swan is going is kind of just like, you know what? I already know my feelings are deep. I already, put that on the table. So I don't want to like completely get rid of this person necessarily. So if I'm going to stay in this connection, I'm just going to keep it lighthearted, really work on the platonic friendship here, the flirtations, and just try to have fun together. Trying to not make everything so deep and serious all the time. And that, I need to figure things out. Like, where are we going? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they're just like, okay, how can I tune in more with the just like partying, celebration, having fun together, creating fun memories, That lighthearted energy heals emotionally. We have the Six of Cups. I look back at our memories with fondness. Yeah, they're 100% like thinking back to all the different things you've done together. And I think this one person is already developing that comfortability and nostalgia with this person. And they just think of them quite often as well. So that's really cute. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I want to come back. I feel like we are fated to be together. Whoo, yeah, this person definitely wants a big old change in this connection because both people here acknowledge that, like, we feel like we're meant to be together even though we're so different. It just feels correct for some reason. And both of your intuitions are strongly pulling you towards each other, but it's going to happen in divine timing, guys. Oof. We have the Eight of Wands. I want to move forward with you. Yeah. Expect forward momentum, communication, text calls, and emails are signs of interest. This person feels a lot of passion for the other person, 100%. And if you're somebody who struggles to believe that people actually have feelings for you, I want you to ask yourself, like, does this person hit me up? Do they text? Do they call without me having to ask? Like, do they do these things on their own? Do they say they want to hang out? Those are all signs that they're interested, okay? All signs. The Swan person's definitely interested, though. These are both interested. This person just has some weird emotional blockages. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I might move slowly in relationships, but I am dependable. I can be your rock if you give me a chance. Oh, that's so cute. A genuine person, ride or die, if you give them the chance. This person is very slow to open up emotionally, planning, overreacting. So, this is a interesting connection where things are definitely going to move a bit slowly here. And also, if you're the Swan person, I want to say, like, yeah, this person over here, the Panther, they have their own issues to overcome when it comes to being at war with their own emotions and kind of like fighting off their own emotions. But you also have some work to do over here as well, you know, because I feel like the second that something goes poorly in this connection or you get like a weird sign, you overthink the heck out of it and you almost walk away like every time. So I feel like the Swan person needs to work on their sense of commitment and, you know, not like immediately feeling the urge to just break everything off, walk away and restart their life every 2 seconds. Also, I feel like the Swan person needs to learn how to temper out their emotions a bit more and not get overly invested in the connection. And I feel like the slow moving nature of this relationship is helping the Swan person really take the time that they need to work out any codependency issues that they have. And it's also giving the Panther person time to learn how to open up more freely and not be at war inside their own head. So I think there's different things that both people need to work on, but this connection feels like it's moving in like perfect divine timing. The next time you see each other, oh boy, do we have these unspoken tensions. And, you know, there is a chance, especially if on the Swan person's behalf, that they might bring up all that you both are feeling that are unspoken, okay? And might pull out a conversation on that. That would be interesting. Okay. That's your reading, guys. Definitely think that the next time you see each other, it's going to be very significant. I think there's going to be a lot of emotions in the air, a lot of passion towards each other, like volcanic eruption worth of feelings, both spoken and unspoken. And I think in this connection generally, we're just waiting for somebody to crack the surface of that volcano. Like, let's just look at this. We're just waiting for somebody to bring it up, okay? Just bring up the feelings. Just bring up the, just talk about it, you know? And you're both kind of waiting for the other person, and it's just like the second somebody finally makes a move, all this stuff's gonna come outpouring, okay? It's just gonna open up the floodgates of what was not spoken in this connection for the longest time. Very interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? Maybe that's what the walking away card's about, you know? Walking away from, you know, staying trapped in your gate of just, like, being to yourself and not sharing anything. And they're literally opening up the gates, you know? That they're going through the gates, you know? I definitely think the Swan person might just, you know, put it all out on the table the next time they see each other, because this person wants to be free, you know? They want to be free. They don't want to live in this weird purgatory relationship, situationship, whatever, you know, and they are freeing themselves. The next time they see each other, the swan's freeing themselves. They're letting it out on the table. I really actually feel strongly that they're going to mention something. So if this is you, I feel like you might get this weird surge of confidence and energy the next time you see each other, and you're just going to like, boom, say it or do it or whatever. And yeah, because, you know, you're choosing to be free. You're choosing to move forward with or without the panther. And we can't predict what this person's going to do or how they're going to react. Oh man, but it's definitely going to be significant. So there it is. So thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment your situation down below. I'd love to hear who this is about and what your situation is. If you do end up hanging out with them and want to come back to this video and tell me how it went, and if this resonated, go ahead and do that. I think that would be really interesting. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you have subscribed, I absolutely adore you. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is in the description, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye. Hello, group number 2. You selected this adorable little gnome. Oh my gosh. So I filmed group number 1 yesterday, and I left this gnome on my table, and then I woke up in the morning and my cats were playing with it. So I am very upset. It's kind of messed up a little bit now, but he's a cute little guy. He watches over this place and makes sure that everything stays magical and beautiful and fun. So what a fun object you have selected. So what is going to happen the next time you see the person that you asked about? So how this reading is going to work is that these cards over here are going to represent one person in this connection. These cards over here will represent the other. You're going to have to use your intuition to determine which side is you versus which side is your other person. Take whatever resonates, leave anything that doesn't. And then if you see yourself in both piles, or if you see them in both piles, that just means that you are mirroring each other heavily right now, or at the time that you are hanging out. This row of cards down the middle represents what's going to happen the next time you hang out, like what are the general energies. And then we're also going to select some tarot cards to get a bigger picture, and we're going to get some channeled love messages if this is a romantic situation that you're in at the end, from one person to the other and then the other person to the other. So let's just dive right into it. So person number 1 is being represented by the lion in reversed. Okay, this is fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. That could be their sun, moon, rising, Venus, or they just give off a lot of fiery energy at this time. Lions are they're big cats. They represent confidence and independence and pride and intelligence. And specifically, I want to look at the hair on this lion. This person might have really good hair or really long hair. There's just a quality about their hair in general. They might be hairy. I don't know why, random message, but yeah, their hair is significant in some way. They might be born in Leo, so that would be like the end of July, beginning 3 weeks of August. Obviously they don't have to be. They might identify with cats. They might enjoy cats. Interesting. I wonder why this came out in reversed. I'm going to get back to this. I have a theory. Okay, the second person is being represented by the owl in reversed. Oh my. So this is air. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, can be your sun, moon, rising. Doesn't have to be. This is a very intelligent person. Extremely intelligent, extremely perceptive. This person, I feel like when they hang out, they notice every little thing. And sometimes that's the symptom of going through life trauma, where you're kind of like on edge all the time, or maybe having anxiety. And when you go somewhere, you really pick up on all the surroundings and kind of make exit plans in your head and notice all the little details and just subtle shifts of energy with the person you're with. So this person over here is really giving me anxiety vibes. Extremely perceptive though, extremely intelligent. This is somebody who is not afraid to walk in the dark sides of life. You know, they're not afraid to talk about things that are difficult to talk about. They are really into higher education and learning. You know, the owl sometimes is represented in schools, you know. I don't know why I'm getting like a vision of an owl with a graduation cap on its head. So this might be somebody who is going to college, school. They might be a teacher in some way, or they're just educated in general. Or, you know, even if they're not educated, they really enjoy higher learning. But where's that from? Is that from like a commercial? The owl wearing the The cap. Is that from those old lollipop commercials? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing, but this person might also have a sweet tooth. Random message. But yeah, I think it's interesting that you're both coming out in reversed. It's almost like you're not 100% in your highest power in this connection yet, okay? This person over here is a would-be very confident, prideful person. This person is a kind of like just somebody who really loves learning and sharing their information, but there's like a level of discomfort in this relationship where they kind of hold back a little bit and see how the other person is operating. So let's just flip these cards upright. And yeah, notice how the lion is looking at the owl. So whoever the lion is in this connection is really into the owl person. And I think the owl, their head can turn around like almost 100 degrees, right? So they're aware, definitely, of the lion's feelings. And whoever this person is extremely aware and perceptive of what all the little psychological body language means for the lion. And in fact, I would say that the owl person, if they've ever been in their house, can look around their house, look at the objects they have, how they clean, and really pick up a lot of information on who the lion person is, like as a deeper person, even if the lion doesn't really share that much. Also, one message I'm kind of getting here, and I feel like for many of you watching, you are the owl person, but the lion here, and I want you to be really open-minded if this sounds like you, because this is going to be a difficult message if this is you, but this person in this relationship, I think they might be used to connections and relationships where the other person is really into them and kind of does all the emotional labor, and then the owl person is like above that, They're intelligent. They're not going to sit here and put in all the legwork for the lion, because the owl's smart. They understand that relationships should be even. And also the owl is pretty perceptive of some of the ego problems that the lion may possess. And so this owl person's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to sit here and chase you. I'm not going to sit here and do all the work for you because, this is a male lion on this card. And male lions in Africa, in the lion community, they kind of just sit around on rocks all day, The women lion do all the work, do all the legwork. And they're the ones with the intricate social society. These male lions, they just sit around and wander from female to female. Sorry if that's a message that resonates for the situation, but I definitely think the lion person might have had a history of the first thing that came into my mind was being a hoe, but that's such an awful way to put that. They might have a history of just like, I don't know, sitting on their high horse and letting all these people, put in the legwork, come to them and, treat them like they're the special lion. And then the owl person's here, like totally not giving into that at all. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not chasing you. I'm not, desperate over you. In fact, I have a very full life for myself over here, so I'm going to mind my business. And that energy, like, switched something in the lion's brain, and they're like, holy crap, this is like the first person who knows their worth. I feel like the lion person in the past either didn't have that much relationship experience at all, and only had experience with like these casual types of connections, or the relationships they did have were with people who kind of didn't have a self-esteem in a way. And they might have accidentally, like subconsciously taken advantage of that. So the person with the lower self-esteem that they would be with would, do all the work and stuff. And they're just like kind of viewing it as this casual thing, They have a past. Everyone has a past. And I don't want any of you to judge the lion, if this is you or your person, for that past, okay? Because this connection is triggering a change in the lion. I think the owl person's way more emotionally mature, way more, I'm not going to say more intelligent, but I will definitely say that they're more intelligent when it comes to self-esteem, self-worth, emotional maturity, things of those natures. How to have a healthy connection with people, both platonic and romantic. I think the owl person isn't going to sit here and, chase the lion, which is awesome. Okay, so let's get further into the energy. Let's look into the owl's energy the next time they meet. You guys meet. We have the door to value in reversed. And we have broken heart in reverse. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this mantra that I've been saying recently just popped into my head. The owl person saying, "You're not going to destroy my peace. You're not going to break my heart." I feel like this owl person, there's no way that the lion person can break their heart because they have such healthy boundaries that they're not going to put the lion person in a position to break their heart, you know? They need concrete signs from the universe. They need concrete proof that this lion person is serious before they even let them anywhere near their heart. You know? This owl person is extremely emotionally intelligent. Extremely emotionally intelligent. They're at a place in their life where they don't even give people the option to hurt them, you know? They're really good at knowing when and how to let people into their heart. And I think that took some time to develop. You know, because the owl is a mature air animal, which means, you know, at one point they didn't have that knowledge. You know, in the past they might have had a broken heart before. They might have settled for people who have a past like the lion where, you know, they're just trying to get the most out of the owl and, you know, they give it to them and, you know, then they're left with a broken heart and, you know, they're over that. They're not doing it anymore. They did the self-love work, the healing work to overcome that. And now they're not even going to open their heart up. They're not going to open the value that they can offer somebody up until they know that the other person is serious and committed and mature and, you know, stuff like that. So I think the owl person in this connection may have some walls up, but they're healthy walls, you know, especially given the lion's past. But let's see how the lion is doing in this connection. We have woman holding a heart reversed. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The lion knows, you know. I really do feel like many of you watching are the owl here. You know, some of you might be the lion. I'm getting divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Obviously, this doesn't have to be a heterosexual relationship. Or this can even just be a friendship, but it is definitely clear to the lion that the owl person they're not easy, you know? They're not going to easily just, you know, give the lion everything and all this emotional devotion. Oh, hi, Luna. Notice how Luna, the cat, came out when we're focusing on the lion. This person has a strong affinity with cats, okay? Bye. Why are you right in front of the camera? We're trying to do a reading here. Oh, they also have the heart chakra open. Interesting. Oh man, this lion person has an extreme soft spot for the owl. And I think that I just have a feeling that they're quite devoted. Luna, really? You're making yourself comfortable? Really? This is what we're doing. Oh man. Okay, so Luna will be joining us today. So this lion person, with the heart chakra card coming out, their heart is open. They have the big feelings for the owl already, okay? So I feel like they don't have the same type of healthy, you know, protection of their heart that the owl has. But, oh man, I'm telling you, the owl triggered something in the lion. You know, they're going from this person who's like, oh, I couldn't possibly have my heart open. Like, you know, I'm just here for something casual. And in fact, maybe in the beginning of this connection, this lion only wanted something casual with the owl, or they made it clear, like, I'm not looking for a relationship, or like, I don't know if I'm looking for a relationship, or it just seems a little unclear in the beginning of this connection what the lion wants. But because the owl was like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm not going to let you into my heart then, I'm not going to give you my emotional goodness, I'm not going to open my value up to you in that way. And the lion's like, holy crap. They're not used to this. And they're over here looking at the owl like, this person's so intelligent, they're so mature, they're wonderful, they're amazing, they're the best thing ever. And they're out here having the big feelings. Big feelings. And I'm almost getting this proud sense of them feeling like they have to prove their worth to the owl. That's coming in so strongly here. Like, I have to prove my worth to the owl. Because in the back of their mind, I really do feel like they kind of think like, I'm not good enough for the owl, which is why the lion came out in reversed, right? I'm not good enough for this person. So I'm going to have to prove that I am good enough, not only to them, but to myself. And so they're really working on their self-esteem right now and turning into the person that the owl deserves. Now, the owl doesn't have to stick around and wait for this process to happen either. And I think the lion is aware of that. You know, they're aware that this owl person does not have to put up with this. They don't have to put up with the healing and growth journey that the lion has to go through in order to be like worthy of them. This is fun energy. I love this. I love this dynamic that like this owl person has a lot of power right now. A lot of power. Let's look at the other cards though. Luna's like just full on going to sleep right now. All right. If you hate cats and you're like, why is she still on the table? You can just click off my page and unsubscribe because on this channel, we love cats. We adore them. They're in every video. I have 3 of them. So screw you if you hate cats. So, losing my train of thought. Okay, so the owl, the next time you see each other is going to be in an abundance energy. Okay, that's really good. They are going to have a brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring this idea into fruition. And their chakra is the sacral chakra, which is passion. Okay, so I think the owl here definitely does hold some passion towards the lion. And I think if this is a romantic connection, the sexual nature of this connection is really like passionate for the owl. They're really drawn into that, and for whatever reason they feel really guided to stay here with the lion and kind of see how it evolves over time. My memory card filled up, so I don't know where we left off, but the owl person is feeling really abundant towards the connection, really actually does enjoy the lion person, even though at times they may, hold up that front and, try not to show so much, joy and love just yet. I think they're healthily, keeping themselves protected in terms of their heart, okay? But they do enjoy the connection. They find a lot of abundance in it. A lot of great ideas come through when you talk to each other. And I feel like this is a type of connection where like the owl does feel like the lion person can keep up conversationally, can keep up with their ideas. And the next time you see each other, this owl person is most likely going to talk a lot about their passions in life. So whatever they're passionate about, they're going to really open up or maybe even show the lion person. So for example, I'm really passionate about tarot reading. So if this was my reading and if I was the owl, this would probably show me that the next time I see the lion, I'm going to do a tarot reading for them or talk about tarot and really explain that passion towards them, Also, I see the owl person talking about just all the ideas that they have in their life in general at this time. So like if they're going to paint their dining room or if they're thinking about adopting a dog or something like that, they're going to be talking a lot about that to the lion person the next time they see each other. So, and especially with the owl person being an air sign, I just definitely see I'm getting this vision of them just getting really into the flow of conversation and really passionately communicating about all different types of stuff that's going on in their life. So I really see the owl taking on a very talkative approach here. So if this is a newer connection where it's not yet like 100% comfortable, oh my gosh, Luna, why do you have to be so adorable on camera? See, I can't focus when you're like this. You see her? Adorable. But yeah, they're taking on a more practical approach. Also, guys, I want to say, because Luna's here and she's being adorable, I think I'm getting this vision that the lion person is just really looking at the owl person and they're going to be like, at this point when they're hanging out where the owl person's just going off and talking nonstop about all these different types of stuff and the lion's just sitting there staring at them being like, wow, they're so attractive, they're so adorable, I love listening to them. At times it might be hard for the lion person to keep up with the owl though as they talk because they really do just get distracted by the fact that the owl person is glowing and exuberant and passionate. So in their head as this person's talking, they might sometimes forget to actually listen to what they're saying, because they're just thinking like, wow, they're so cute. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a cute not listening. It's not like a egotistical like, oh, I'm not going to listen to them and I'm going to be a bad listener. It's just more so them getting distracted by the beauty and radiance of the owl. So it's really cute. Luna, I love you, but I think it's time for you to get up. Yeah. So now that there's cat hair everywhere, let's take a look at their energy the next time you guys hang out. We have reconsider. We have career transition. This also came out for group number 1. And we have guilt with the sacral chakra. Wow, okay, so both of you are really in your sacral chakra energy the next time you see each other. That is the chakra of creativity and sensuality, okay? It's where we really just get into the physical flow of life and do things intuitively. Like if it intuitively feels right to wrap your arm around them, that's what you're gonna do. If it intuitively feels right to, lay down instead of, sit at the dining room table, that's what you're going to do. Does that make sense? I find it weird that the guilt card came out, though, for the lion. I almost feel like this is going back to them. Oh my God, Luna. Them just kind of feeling like the owl person's a bit above them. I think the lion's putting the owl person on a pedestal, and it is affecting the connection. But I'm almost getting the sense that, like, it's almost not unhealthy. Like, I almost feel like the lion person kind of needed to be put in their place. And I think the owl person's the one to do that. We also see here, I'm going to see that the lion is going to also communicate their passions with the owl, more so their career passions. So they might have a career that they're passionate about. They might be going through a job change, or might be going to school and just making some type of transition in their career life. Obviously, with the career transition card, that they will be communicating to the owl. With reconsider, this lion person, and with guilt, reconsider, it's just giving me so much doubt. The lion person is really doubting themselves at this time, just kind of unsure in life. And they might be communicating this to the owl, but it's just like, I feel like this lion person's more so in this emotional energy, surprisingly, and the owl person is more so in their logical energy at this meeting, which I think is interesting because they're giving me the divine feminine energy here. And, when you're in divine feminine energy, you're more in tune with your emotions and, flowing in that way. And I feel like the lion is just the more emotional one at this time that you're going to meet, and it's almost giving more power to the owl and evening the scales out here in some way, because I think the lion is definitely used to people emotionally chasing after them and being vulnerable in that way, but now they're in that spot and it's almost like, holy crap. So they're just, going through a lot energetically, and this person is more logical, down to earth, like clear in communication, and I keep getting this vision of them talking so clearly and confidently and kind of leading the conversation, I feel, whereas this person might be feeling a little bit like unsure of themselves, and just kind of listening and being really in their feelings, which they're not used to. This lion person's used to being in this really crisp, logical energy that I'm getting, and now they're kind of having you there, and I feel like you're the owl, which is why I said you. So it's really evening the scales for them and humbling the lion person at this time. So let's see these cards right here. This is going to show us, you two just hanging out and what's going to happen the next time you hang out. We have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay. So I wonder if this is a physical connection, if you guys are going to be sharing physical intimacy the next time you see each other. And if that happens, I almost get the sense that the lion person might get a little overzealous about that experience and might be so close to, giving the owl pleasure, but they ever so slightly just miss the mark. I'm sorry, this is not a G-rated reading, I guess, I wanted it to be, but I can't control what comes through the cards, okay? I'm just here to deliver messages, and maybe that's why the lion person's feeling some guilt or shame here. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't offer the owl the pleasure and the satisfaction that they deserve, what's wrong with me? And it really, I just see the next time you hang out, for whatever reason, even if it's not physically intimate, and even if that doesn't happen, the lion person is going to feel so humbled and put in their place, which is refreshing because I feel like they might be surrounded by a lot of people pleasers for most of their life. And every time they hang out with the owl, it's almost like they put them in their place, and it's just really beautiful. It's just a good balance. I love it. We have the lovers. Oh my gosh. This came up for group number 1 too. So clearly a lot of you are asking about a romantic situation. When you click this reading, yeah, this represents romantic love. This represents relationship decisions as well. And just feeling really strongly pulled towards each other despite the differences, despite the fact that, the lion person isn't used to kind of viewing people as equals, and I don't mean that in a bad way. The way I'm describing this, it sounds like the lion person has such an ego. I feel like they had such an ego, and that ego was just a mask that they wore to hide some deeper insecurity issues. And this is a very fated connection. And just energetically, just by existing and just by being them, the owl person rips that mask off the lion and really cuts down to the truth. And through this relationship, the lion person almost is having this awakening and realizing, the hidden confidence issues that they're having in their life and how they wore that mask of ego to hide from that. They wore the mask of casual relationships and, all these people are chasing me. I don't have feelings. They wore that mask to hide their own inner self-esteem issues. And this owl person is not playing that game. And just by being them, they see right through all of the lion's BS and all the masks that they have worn. And the lion is aware of that. The lion is aware that the owl sees through all that stuff. And they're like, holy crap. So this is just a very electric relationship, especially on behalf of the lion, because they're like, this is the only person I've met who is like this. This is the only person I've met who sees through my crap and is gonna call me out on it. And they find that so attractive. And there's this unspoken hidden element here that keeps these two together. It's even if on a very logical surface level perspective, these two aren't compatible or these two don't seemingly, get along. It doesn't make any sense. A fire animal with a bird, logically, they don't really make that much sense together. They're very different people, but there's some type of higher power keeping these two attracted to each other. And there is a lot of passion and sensual chemistry here, okay? The hormones involved in this connection are very strong. The desire is very strong. The passion for each other is very strong. And it's that are keeping these people together during this initial stage in the connection. And that hormonal energy is going to keep these two together while working through their separate issues. The owl person needs to open up, and the lion person needs to humble themselves. Okay? This is so interesting. And you know what? I see here as well two very different energies. I think the lion person's very used to, keeping their heart to themselves and not actually fully giving it away, even if they do indulge in romantic relationships with people. But then they can't do that with this owl, which is why they have the heart chakra open. And it's like, holy crap, this is one of the very few people I've met in my life who actually are, I'm catching feels for, It's giving me that type of energy. But it's a learning experience for the lion because they're not used to romantic relationships, I want to say, that are more serious. But they want to be the best that they can be for the owl. And they're going to have to prove that to themselves and to the owl. And you know what? But it's weird though, because with all of this lessons, it just seems like such a difficult relationship. But at the same time, I'm getting this message of no, these two, this is a relationship that's truly protected by spirit, by the universe. And there's just some type of unseen glue that holds you together. There's a karmic contract between the two of you that holds you together and keeps you coming back to each other. We have a change in the wind. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So I've been focused on the wind a lot recently. The winds of change is what they're known. Whenever it's a really windy day out, I always say, oh, this must mean there's a really big change coming. And it always happens. Right now I'm looking out the window and there is a light breeze, generously moving around the trees and the foliage. But what this is showing is that there's going to be a change in the dynamic of this connection. And I feel like these changes are going to begin the next time you hang out. And, the next time you hang out, it might be a very windy day. So be mindful of that. Pay attention to what the wind's doing, what the air is doing, the air quality, because those are all signs and synchronicities from the universe. The universe is always giving us signs, always telling us, what's next. So there is a change happening in this connection. And I do want to say that With the Lovers card, this represents a relationship decision almost all of the time, or some type of really big decision in life. So both of you individually might be making some big decisions in your personal lives, but together the next time you hang out, you're making a big decision. And, we do have the Brilliant Idea card coming from the Owl, so I feel like the Owl person has a really good will develop a really good understanding of where this connection is going the next time you guys hang out. And I'm getting such a clear-minded energy from the Owl. So the next time y'all hang out, whoever the Owl is, they're just going to feel very clear-minded and like almost exactly know what needs to unfold in this relationship and where it's at, very grounded, very logical and crisp, whereas this person's more in their like energetic, I'm getting like Pisces energy where everything's kind of up in the air and emotional and not as straightforward. And also we have to pay attention to this as well. You're very close to achieving your goal. I feel like this relationship is on the brink of some type of big sharing of feelings or a big step forward. And I'm seeing that this is a positive step forward. Okay. We also have saying hello, evaluating the past, caring for elders, and growing career. Interesting. So there's definitely career changes happening for the line right now, or they're making some developments in their career at this time that play into this connection in some way. So you're obviously going to be the one who knows more about that. I don't know your person individually. I don't know your life individually, but there might be a change in job or a promotion, a raise, moving for job, some type of milestone completed like a graduation or something, starting a new business or just business taking off in general. I feel like the line person, it's like their schedule's getting better, or they're going to have more time to put into the connection, whereas previously, like maybe they were so used to not having that much time to devote to relationships, which is why they opted for these casual connections. But now they're kind of seeing how their career life will improve and their schedule will improve, and they might communicate that to the Owl and maybe even ask to hang out more with the Owl or to see each other more or somehow like go on more trips or something like that now that they have the time or resources to do so. With caring for elders, I want to say somebody's parents might be a big deal at this time, or their grandparents, that might come up in conversation. Older generations in general, or maybe you might just talk about older generations in life and the differences between generations the next time you see each other, but somebody's parents or grandparents are really coming in strongly right now. I don't know if they live with them or if they have to take care of them, or maybe there's like a health issue, or maybe they just recently spent some time with them. I don't know. There's something about higher generations coming through the next time you see each other. So keep that in mind and see what that means the next time you see each other. Evaluating the past. I'm sensing that this is evaluating the past of this connection, and also talking about your pasts in general. I'm just seeing, honestly, the next time you hang out, I'm seeing a lot of like deep conversation happening. The Owl person is going to be talking up a storm. The Lion person is starting to realize how their past really affected their happiness and how they're changing right now, and how they're opening their heart, their schedule, their time, their space to something deeper with the Owl because they want the Owl. And I think this might be talked about very openly in conversation the next time you see each other. Interesting. Or like there might be an opening up about the past where, and I'm seeing this more so on the Lion side, so I'm going to put this over here. Like the Lion might open up to the Owl about some difficulties they've experienced in their past, like their childhood or growing up, and it's going to build this sense of intimacy. And then I think the Owl person naturally is going to share their past as well, just to keep the conversation flowing. And it's just, I'm getting like a deeper sense of intimacy being built here. And then we have saying hello. That's interesting. So, I almost wonder if for some of you, there might be someone else involved the next time you hang out. Like maybe you're out walking and you run into a friend and then you're introduced to the friend, or you introduce the friend, whoever's friend it is. Or maybe somebody just got another soul involved in their life to which they will introduce them to the other person. So like the Lion person might have recently adopted a cat and then the next time you see each other, the Owl person will get to meet said cat. That would be an example of saying hello. Or hear me out, there might be conversations about meeting different people in your individual lives. Like maybe you guys never met the other person's parents or grandparents or something like that, and you talk about arranging something to, meet that person. Interesting. Whew, this is weird. Okay. So moving on, let's get the tarot out now. I feel like this reading is just so long for no reason. It was long for group number 1 too. Let's get some more details about how the next time you hang out will actually go. I'm just going to intuitively select some cards here. So, I don't know how many. Yeah, okay, that feels good. We have the 10 of Swords coming out. I feel like this is coming from the Lion person. They're just exhausted recently. They have a lot going on in their life, and there's so much emotions going on around them. They just need a nap and some space, some mental space. So they might be a little tired. 2 of Cups, beautiful. And look, there's a cat again. Cats are all over this reading, guys. This is a really good sign, though. This is coming together. This is that heart-to-heart conversation we talked about. You're both having your individual cups of happiness, fulfillment, your own individual lives, and you're coming together to share that, sharing your stories, sharing what's going on in each other's lives, hugging each other, having that intimate moment together. There's so much love in this card. So much just share. And look, Luna's even getting adorable as we're talking about this because the energy is so peaceful and loving. She can't help but to roll over in her kitty cat-like fashion and get really cozy because that's what the energy holds right now. For you guys, we have the 4 of Pentacles. This is all about money. I definitely think, and this could be from the owl person might have a lack of finances right now because that door to value in reverse did come out. So that might have affected your connection as well. But they're kind of in the process of maybe paying off debts or saving or something of that nature. Okay, so the prospect of them getting their finances together might open them up slightly more to this connection in some way. It's weirdly connected. Both of your money and careers and schedules are very much connected in this relationship. So if somebody's dealing with some restrictions in their finances, they might let that mentally get in the way of this connection by saying oh, well, I don't have that much money right now. So, I can't really go out with this person, or, I don't have a car right now, so I can't necessarily do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And then you just don't end up hanging out or whatever. Or maybe, and this person over here, they might not be lacking in resources, the Lion, but they might be lacking in time and energy because they might have a very draining job or something. And I'm seeing shifts in both people's careers and financial life and schedule. And I think that's really important. And I'm seeing some mirroring going on in this connection as well. In that area where you're at the state where things are really going to start getting better in that area of life, and it's going to benefit the connection. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is that fiery passion again. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, yep. This is a lot of physical passion as well. The Knight of Wands comes out, and it really does represent really having a strong sacral chakra, meaning you're really in tune with your body and the pleasure that it can produce and, enjoying that, sharing passions. It just feels really good. I think you're both going to have a lot of fun the next time you see each other, even if you don't, have physical intimacy. There's just this sense of physical passion here. So you might hug, you might snuggle or hold hands, and it really brings those butterflies and happy hormones up for you. And you're just feeling really connected here as well. And sharing in creative ideas also. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, now you might be wondering why 2 knights came out, one in reversed, one upright. Honestly, and you know what, this goes hand in hand. So I think the Lion is in the Knight of Wands, upright energy, where they're very open to the connection, ironically, and really want to move it forward. And this owl person, which is represented by the swords and air, and this is fire, and, so they're kind of correlating, is in their Knight of Swords energy, where they're slowing things down. They want to take things slow. They want their heart to be protected. So, but you know what the interesting thing is? For some reason, I feel like the owl thinks that the Lion is the one slowing down this connection, but they're not. They are. So if you're the owl person and you're oh, well, I want to move this relationship along, but it's not moving along, I offer you to keep an open mind and ask yourself if you're the one slowing it down because you're kind of not being as emotionally open and vulnerable as you could be, because I just really do get that the lion person, their heart's open in this connection. They feel like the owl's heart is not open, and that gives them some fear, that gives them some doubt, some guilt, and so then they're like, oh, well, maybe I should slow down, or maybe I should, be really careful. But then because they're slowing down and being careful, the owl person's like, oh, well, they're being slow and careful, so maybe, this is just a slow relationship, or they're not interested. And it's like, no, owl, it's your fault. It is actually your fault that this is not moving forward, because you're holding this person at an arm's length. But it's just so weird. We're just describing the situation, but I don't feel like anybody's in the wrong here. I think it's understandable that the owl is holding the lion person kind of at an arm's length, because, they do have a history of, being in their Knight of Wands energy and just kind of, following the passion of relationships and not much more. And so this owl person's just taking it slow and, kind of waiting for the lion to prove themselves to them. So I think this relationship is all within divine timing, and you might not be able to see it now, but this slower moving energy, this kind of weirdness that's going on here right now is actually like perfectly aligned with everything that needs to happen in order for a healthy relationship and connection to develop. This person needs to be humbled, and they're humbled by this person, not just immediately giving in to all of their wants and wishes. But weirdly enough, in the meantime, the owl person's main lesson here is actually to open up. So it's just a lot of like, not exact mirroring, but mirroring for perfect harmony moving forward in the proper timing. Does that make sense? So like, the more open that this person becomes in this connection, the more confident this person will be in the connection itself. And then the more confident this person becomes, the more open this person becomes. You see? It's like a symbiotic relationship. And so if you're wanting to move this forward, if you're the owl person, then I would say try to open up more and more little by little, and start, letting this person into your heart little by little, bringing those walls down brick by brick. Don't go knocking the whole thing down and then, feeling uneasy and unsafe, but, little by little, let this person in, share your past with them. Share your passions with them. When somebody's in our heart, it really just means that we love them and we're not feeling like we're trialing them all the time, You're committed to them and you enjoy them just the way that they are. And I think letting somebody into your heart also means allowing yourself to view the connection from an optimistic perspective and seeing the good in this connection. And I think that's what the owl person needs to do here. So the last tarot card before we get into channeled messages is the King of Swords in reversed. Ooh, and what's funny? Here we have fire and air, which is a strong symbol in here because the King of Swords himself is air. And then the phoenix here, or at least I'm viewing it as a phoenix, it might be a falcon, but whatever, is fire. Let's just make sure that we allow our emotions to come through the next time we hang out, through our actions, through flirtation or physical intimacy, holding hands, being cute, hugging, things like that. I think the owl person needs to work on showing their warmth and showing their emotion a bit more and feeling more optimistic about the direction of this connection. And the lion person needs to work on becoming more confident here and not feeling guilty, not putting the owl person on a pedestal. So we both have work to do here. This is an example that relationships aren't black and white. They're usually somewhere along the gray scale. Both people have things that they need to work on. Both people have such a beautiful lesson and aspect that they are giving in this relationship. And there's just some type of unseen force keeping these people together because you both have the energies that the other person needs, you know? So that's really interesting. Let's get some channeled messages though. This is my favorite part of readings. I love doing the channeled messages with this deck. I made this oracle deck a few months ago and I absolutely adore it. So this is the original Rider-Waite Tarot. And for each card and each card meaning, I wrote down a channeled message specifically applicable for lovers or relationships of some kind, romantic connections. So we're going to do what the lion would say to the owl person the next time they saw each other if they were 100% honest about their feelings. And then we're going to do the opposite from the owl to the lion. So what would the lion person say to the owl the next time they see each other if they were 100% honest and open about their feelings in this connection? Okay, we have some cards coming out. So I'll put these over here for now. And then what would the owl person say to the lion if they were 100% honest about their feelings in this connection the next time they saw each other? What would the owl person say? Oof. That was a whole stack of them. Jeez, okay. We might be here a while. So the lion person would say to the owl, the Four of Pentacles, which came out actually, it's right here. So this is a big message, this is confirmation. I'm trying hard to maintain a strong financial foundation right now. I'm working on myself right now and still need to improve my life circumstances. This is my number one priority. Wow, what a confirmation for everything we literally talked about. Yeah, the lion person, for a while, were really focused on their career. I can't believe such a confirmation. They're really focused on their career, on their money, or their schedule. Like they just really, there's this element of feeling like there's not enough money or time or resources to put into the connection. And that might have been a blockage here. And the lion person is acknowledging, like, I want to show the owl that I am worthy. I want to be open to this, which is why I'm really working on myself right now so that I will have the time in the future, the resources in the future, and everything that the owl person deserves. The lion person truly loves the owl because they are working on themselves in this connection in order to be the man or woman or person that the owl person deserves, which I think is just so beautiful. But I think sometimes the owl person might get in their head a bit and be like, oh, well, they're just not that interested in me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, they're working on themselves for you. Yeah, they're working on self-improvement because they met you. They can't give you that much right now, but they're getting their life together. They can't take the owl on extravagant dates right now. That might be a problem in this connection, but they're working hard on themselves to have that secure future where they can really spoil the owl, which I think is just the most beautiful thing. And it's giving me that quote, like, if you can't love me at my ramen noodles, then you don't deserve me at my 5-star restaurants. I don't think that's an actual quote. I think I just came up with that on the spot. But you get what I'm saying. Like, if you don't love me when I'm struggling, you don't deserve me when I'm rich, you know? So it's interesting. It's almost like the lion person's trying to prove themselves to the owl, but I almost feel like this is mirrored where the owl person also needs to be the stable person who's not going to give up on the lion, who's not going to, you know, throw away their love just because they're struggling right now. Does that make sense? Wow, this is a really big mirrored connection, honestly. And I think the owl person likes to sit here and point fingers at the lion person like, oh, you were such a slut. Obviously, that's a harsh way of saying it, but like, you know, you have this history of, you know, not taking people seriously. But I almost think the owl person doesn't realize they also have that history, you know? They also, in a way, sometimes in the past have held themselves above other people as a form to protect their heart. There's so much mirroring going on here, guys. So much mirroring. Sorry, the cards are so messy. There's a sleepy cat here. We have the Ace of Swords. I want to talk things through and figure out where this is going because I love you. Yeah, lots of conversations happening next time you see each other, if they have the balls to do it. Immediate change in circumstances. Yep, there's a decision being made here. Direct communication and clear direction and new beginnings from the lion to the owl if they were 100% honest about their feelings the next time you see each other. Okay, we have Temperance coming out. Woo! I have so many emotions for you. It's hard to hold it together. I'm trying to remain calm and unbothered on the surface. Yeah. So this is definitely a front, guys. If you're the owl, this lion person's trying their hardest to remain cool, calm, and collective, but you already know, because you're perceptive, they have a lot of emotions going on underneath the surface for you. And they're really like at the breaking point where these floodgates are about to open. I really do feel this energy of like, it's so close to opening, especially with this. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're like, this relationship, this connection is very close to having some type of floodgate opening, some type of emotional outpour, some type of relationship decision being made, because there's just so much emotions coming from the lion. You know what? This is actually beautiful. I think the owl person, in a way, was protecting their heart because they didn't want to, give all this emotional outpour to the lion person in case it wasn't reciprocated. But ironically enough, if you're the owl, I beg you to question if you're the one that is not reciprocating emotional outpour, You have walls around your heart as protection because you know that you're capable of giving so much love and affection. But because of those walls, you're now in a situation where you're the one doing the damage that you've received in the past, by having those walls up, by not letting people in. Because all the lion person wants is for you to let them in. We have the Queen of Swords. Your intelligence and confidence is intimidating, but I'm so attracted to you. Will you let me in your heart? If that doesn't summarize this entire reading and the entire feelings that the lion has, oh my god, this is crazy. This is why I love this deck. That is the biggest confirmation. Yeah, the owl person is extremely intelligent, and it is simultaneously intimidating, yet the most attractive thing ever to the lion. Owl person, you have bad bitch energy, and they deeply respect you for it. The lion is so afraid to mess things up here, so afraid, which is why they're kind of moving a bit slowly, but, underneath the surface, they obviously want to move things forward quickly. And the lion person is well aware that you will not tolerate BS, their BS. Didn't we say that in the beginning of the reading? Like, this is giving major vibes of, like, the owl person's the first person who's not going to tolerate the BS that the lion has given to other people in the past, which is what they find so attractive about the owl. That's literally, like, the first thing we said, and here it is being confirmed for us. That is so attractive to them, and they are not going to give up on this connection no matter what, okay? So if you're the owl, there is no doubt that this line's not going anywhere anytime soon, okay? Anytime soon. We have the Six of Cups. I look back at our memories with fondness. Yeah, and this is again giving some confirmation about where did that card go? Everything's such a mess because of Luna. Where did it go? Oh, evaluating the past. Yeah. This person really enjoys the memories that you have shared, the conversations you had, and they might actually look back on like old text conversations, old pictures, and just kind of like evaluate where this is going a lot. And they might not actually tell you that, but they do feel nostalgic about this connection, and they think of you often, and you almost feel like an old friend of theirs. Like, if they're spiritual, they might actually view this as a past life connection, as a soulmate connection. There's like a sense of comfortability that they get from the owl person, which on top of like being like intimidated and attracted, like this person has a lot of layers of feelings for the owl, and the owl is able to really see all of them and, understand that this is like a gray relationship. It has downsides, it has upsides. There's so many layers of feelings in the lion's heart. Intimidation, attraction, nostalgia, love. There's so much depth to the feelings here. It's insane. And then the final channeled message from the lion to the owl is the High Priestess. I feel our relationship in the 5D. I acknowledge there's a deeper spiritual meaning to this connection. They might have psychic dreams about the owl. They might feel very telepathic with the owl. So the owl might actually literally say things out loud that the lion person was thinking. Or just weird synchronicities like that the lion person is very much acknowledging. Also, keeping feelings a secret. Yeah, I definitely don't think the lion person has said in the 3D exactly all of their feelings here. They're more so pursuing this relationship in the 5D right now, meaning like we are tuning into what's lying under the surface, but we're not talking about it. Okay. And they might actually have these daydream conversations with the owl person, or like if they're just going out and about their life, They might actually imagine how pleasant and nice it would be if the owl person was there by their side. So that's very cute. Lots of feelings here. Let's see what the owl person would say to the lion person the next time they met, if they were 100% honest with all the things they're feeling in this connection. We have justice. I am trying to remain balanced and objective. Yeah, this is that logical energy we were picking up on. Like, not trying to move too fast, too slow, just trying to think with our logical minds when it comes to this connection. The owl person's taking a very non-emotional approach here. They want to, do things by the book and kind of not make any dumb decisions in relationships. They're approaching this connection from a place of integrity. They aim for equal give and take. They work in relationships are trying to remain balanced here. So they're not trying to like fall so deeply into this connection that they give up their responsibilities and their work. They're trying to keep that balance alive. Overall, they feel like there will be a positive outcome of this connection, and they're finding balance between emotions and practical matters. Yeah, they're very logical right now. We have the Two of Wands coming out for the owl. Can we start making future plans together? I want to, but this is so new. I'm trying to figure out how to approach the subject. Yeah. So the owl really has some really great ideas, brilliant ideas, one would say, that literally came out here for what they want to do in the future. And they might actually, I think this is a conversation that actually will happen the next time you hang out. The owl person's going to be like, hey, like, I really want to go skydiving. Like, do you want to go skydiving with me? Or like, maybe, I really want to try this restaurant. Do you want to come with me? Things like that. Planning future travel might come up, or coming up with some type of plan for an activity you can do together. Creative partnership here. So yeah, they're definitely sharing some of their creative ideas and asking for opinions and advice or feedback from the lion person. That might be a type of conversation that happens next time you see each other. And they have a lot of ideas for leisurely activities, the owl person to the lion. It's only a matter of bringing it up and actually making a plan. We have the Lovers coming out twice for your reading now, guys. Very significant. Very significant. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be a tarot reader to know what this means. We have to make a mature decision about this relationship. I think I love you. We need a future that's fulfilling for both of us. Wow, this person, even the way I read that, I just got such logical, practical vibes, Like, yeah, you know what? I think I do love you. I'm very hesitant to admit it, but we need to come up with a solution for this where both of our needs are met. That's how the owl person's approaching it, whereas the lion person is just like, yeah, I'm big time in love with you. Like let's just do it, How can we make this more fulfilling? Soulmate energy, love decisions being made, love yourself first. And that's exactly what the owl is doing, trying to love themselves first and not go too fast in this connection, which is why they're being represented by the Knight of Swords reversed, kind of holding back a little bit. But I do think the owl person can be a little bit more optimistic. And I don't think that if you are the owl person, need to be hesitant about bringing up future plans that you want to do. I think the lion person will be absolutely excited about that and will totally work with you on that because they're just big time in love. Oh, wow. We have a lot more than I realized. Okay. The owl person to the lion. Queen of Cups. I protect my energy because I am psychic, empathetic, and into non-mainstream topics. But once I make a connection, I will treasure you and love you deeply. Yeah, that, again, big time confirms everything we're saying. The owl person is low-key, really emotional, maybe even like equally or more emotional than the lion. And because they're aware of that, and because they're aware that they're very empathetic, and they do have some hobbies and interests that may be judged by the common person, like tarot, like, this, they kind of keep to themselves a bit, or they've been taught to kind of like don't open up fully to someone until they feel comfortable and safe and supportive, and they're not going to judge you or hurt you. And that's why they're coming off in this relationship right now in their air energy, in their owl energy, instead of in their water, emotional, loving, nurturing energy. And I think right exactly now in this connection, they're still in that air energy. And I think if they were really honest with the lion, they would literally say this, I'm protecting my energy because of these things. But honestly, like once I really make that connection and once I feel deeply, like I'm just the type of person that's so undyingly loyal that you'll be in my heart forever, which is why they don't let people into their hearts super easily. Okay, they have a high emotional intelligence, very loving behavior, The owl person's literally in the process of falling in love with this person right now. There's also motherhood and creative projects might be important to them. And honestly, I view these things as the same energy, because if you have a child or a pet or something that you're the mother to and you're nurturing it, it's the same exact thing if you have a creative project or business that you nurture. Same energy, like that's my baby right there. My business is my baby. My cat is my baby. Both are motherhood. And they feel a psychic connection as well. So both people are acknowledging the psychic telepathic connection here. I just want to make that clear. Even if either of you don't really believe in telepathy, like, you're feeling it. All right. Page of Pentacles coming out from the owl to the lion. I have so much potential. You have so much potential. We have so much potential. This card doesn't come out often. Someone is just starting out in life, and there's potential in this connection if both people are willing to put in the work. And honestly, I definitely feel like the lion person is putting in the work and, working on themselves. Like, that's crystal clear to me. I think the owl person thinks that they're putting in the work in the heart, but I don't think they're realizing that they actually need to open up more. And I feel like this is a really good message, because I feel like so many of you are the owl and you didn't realize that the blockages you're experiencing in this connection are actually way more in your control than you realize, because they're actually coming from you. The blockages are coming from your own heart, which is good, because that means that you can work through those blockages and you have control in this relationship. And, you can open up. Tear down the walls around your heart brick by brick with this person. Take time doing it. You don't have to do it overnight. You can do this in a comfortable fashion. But have trust in this relationship. Whew. We have, from owl to lion, Queen of Pentacles. So many queens here. This is a very mature connection. You're both mature. You're so adorable. I just want to nurture and take care of you. Oh, that's so cute. The owl person may enjoy cooking food, providing snuggles, and offering support for the lion. They think that the lion's cute, like a baby. Oh, so cute. That type of energy. They low-key want to spoil the lion, and they're very protective over them, and they want to nurture the lion's soul and body. Yeah, I definitely see how the owl person loves so deeply. Like, they really do nurture, protect, and take care of anybody who's in their heart. Like, they have this maternal energy, or this parental energy. No, not parental. Maternal or paternal energy, where they just really want to nurture and take care of everyone who's in their heart. And they give so much in relationships, which is why they are very selective about who's in their life. And then the final message from the owl to the lion, if they were 100% honest with their feelings, is the Seven of Cups. I don't know what I want. I overthink everything. I daydream about this connection, but I have a hard time trusting my emotions. So there is some confusion within the owl. They definitely have fantasies about the lion person, maybe daydreaming about a potential future together. And there's great opportunities to grow in this connection, but the owl's not making decisions to open up in that way. So this has been a really interesting reading. In the beginning, I genuinely thought like the lion person might have been this douchebag who, isn't opening up and playing games. And I think that's what the owl person thought as well. But as it turns out, the lion person is very much emotionally present in this connection and really trying to be their best version for the owl. This is an old type of love. They are working on themselves to support, like, I don't even think the owl person realizes everything the lion is doing is to support this connection. Them working hard on their career, saving money, doing long hours. What is fueling that hard work is their love for the owl. Like, thinking about the owl gets them through long work days. When they're working hard on their dream, on their goal, on becoming a better version of themselves, they do that with the owl in mind. And you know what? I think this owl person's sitting here not giving the lion person enough credit at all. They're over here thinking like, I give so much in relationships. I have to protect myself. And it's just like, this isn't someone you need to protect yourself from. This is someone who's in love with you, okay? This is someone who does everything in their power to make the future of this connection great. Wow, what a turn of events. Yeah, a lot of you are definitely the owl here. And Ooh, this is humbling for you. See how things are mirroring? We saw the humbling of the lion, and now the owl person's feeling humbled, like, oh, I need to start looking at this connection more positively. I need to stop questioning the lion's motives all the time. I need to stop overthinking every little thing that they do and saying, oh, they're working all the time because they hate me. They don't care about me. Like, no, they're doing that because they love you. Ooh, you know what I love about this connection? You put each other in your places. 100%. You both humble each other and bring each other up and elevate each other. And this is a truly mature, healthy, and it just has so much potential, you know? I definitely think that most of you aren't like 100% in this comfortable spot and super committed and like married yet or anything like that. But oh man, this is a relationship where you bring out the best in each other, and that can sometimes be hard and difficult because you bring out the things that need healing within each other and growing within each other. But this is like a truly healthy, strong connection, and it has so much potential. So that's your reading, guys. Like this video if you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear who this is for you and how your relationship works in the comment section. Like, I think that's so fascinating, and I'm sure that everyone else who selected group number 2 would be interested in hearing that. So go ahead and leave that. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you have already subscribed, I absolutely adore you. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, and we can even talk about this connection if you want to, the link to that is in the description, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. You selected the rose quartz, the rose calcite, and this ring. All beautiful stones for really enhancing your sense of romantic connection and communication and just seeing eye to eye with people. So, beautiful stones, let's get into your reading. What's going to happen the next time you see this person? Over here is going to represent one person in the connection. Over here will represent the other person. And then these cards down the center will represent what is going to happen the next time you see each other. Then we are going to select some tarot to get even more specific insights on the next time you see each other. And then we are going to actually get some channeled messages from this person to this person and this person to this person, if they were being 100% honest about what they feel the next time you see them, you know, what would they say? So stay tuned for all that. It's going to be a good long reading, so let's dive into it. Let's start over here with this person. They are being represented by the golden egg. Fascinating. So the golden egg represents the heart chakra. It represents this deep love and tenderness that resides deep within all of us. You know, it's just covered with the layers of fear and ego and all that other nonsense that society puts into our energy and into our head. But this really does represent getting in touch with that core heart value, that subtle presence of just tenderness and sweet feelings, you know? So whoever this person is, when it comes to this connection and what energy they're going to be in when you see each other next, know that they have just the most sweet tenderness. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, they're viewing this connection, this relationship, this friendship, whatever it is, in a very tender way, and they just think that the other person is such a sweetie pie. But we do have to keep in mind that this did come out in reversed, so I think that if anything, they might have a hard time expressing these tender feelings at times, or they just kind of keep that within themselves to keep themselves protected. This person is being represented by the swan. Okay, another very loving animal. The swan represents the mature water energy. So this first off, this could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but they don't have to be. But this is a very maternal, divine feminine energy that's highly protective of those that they love, and they will fiercely defend those that they love until they die. You know, it's that type of energy. And coming out upright, I'm really happy to see this. I think this swan person is much more able to communicate their feelings in this connection, much more able to talk about their past, their history, their circumstances, and they're really able to swim gracefully in their emotions. You know, think of a swan kind of floating on a lake. Water represents emotions, and they just do it so gracefully. And so I think this person's able to have very emotionally intelligent and mature conversations and communicate about hard feelings without making it seem like it's such a difficult thing after all. This is the type of person where if they get into a disagreement or an argument with somebody, they're not going to raise their voice. They're not going to do anything dramatic. They're actually going to like give off this energy like, oh, it's just not a big deal. We just have to talk through it. So I love their energy, very mature, very maternal. They really do care about people and care about this connection in a very like parental way. Like they fiercely want to protect this golden egg person at all costs. And you know what? I think it's really interesting, actually, that we have a swan and an egg. Because we all know that birds, they're very monogamous creatures. And when they lay eggs that are fertilized, they are very, very parental and loving towards those eggs. They're going to sit on them constantly, ensuring that they're warm, ensuring that they're, taken care of. And then even after they hatch and the baby is born, they stay there and they go out and risk their life to feed those little hatchlings. And it's just a very, very protective energy that the swan person here is giving towards the golden egg person, because I think the golden egg person, they just are so, I don't want to say naive because that's not the right word, just so precious. The way that this person loves others is just so, like, it really is golden. It's something hard to come by. It's sweet, it's tender, they're deeply caring, and it's just like, protect the golden egg person at all costs, That's how the swan person feels about them. And you know what? I do wonder if there is a kind of like parent-child relationship here. I know obviously most people who selected this video to watch, this is going to be a romantic situation, but for the few of you who are not, I wonder if this is a, if you're like seeing a parent for the first time in a while or something of that nature, or maybe this is like a student-teacher dynamic, or maybe the swan person's just a lot older than the golden egg person. There might be an age gap involved here. I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting this fiercely loving and like I'm protecting this golden egg person at all costs type of energy. And the golden egg person just thinks that the swan is so precious and adorable. But, these are feelings that they kind of keep within themselves. Whether that's because they've been hurt before or what. But I think it's very interesting when we actually have an egg as a bird. Going back to the bird reference, eggs are very, very precious. They can be stolen by snakes or, predatory birds really easily. And so, they're fragile. They're very fragile. And I just think that the swan person understands how fragile this other person is, in the sense that they don't want to mess things up, they want to not do anything that will hurt the golden egg person. Oh, you know what? I think some of you, whoever the golden egg person is in this connection, they might have been in like an abusive relationship in their life, like highly dark situation in their life. And I just feel that the swan person not only would never want to do anything like that to the golden egg person, but they just really are making it their mission here to show the golden egg person what it truly is to love unconditionally and to, not... There's a lot of healing energy here. I feel that the golden egg person has not had many relationships in their life where unconditional love was present. And I think it's not that they attracted, but they were victim to perhaps narcissism or abuse or neglect by various people in their life. And so I think it's become almost normalized for them that they have to hide and protect their heart, their fragile golden heart that loves so purely. Also, this is a random side note. Whoever the golden egg person is in this connection, I feel like the unicorn is one of their spirit animals. And I know that might sound strange for some of you, but unicorns are real in spirit, okay? And they are very powerful and intense spirit animals. They really just pour magic, love, and all this goodness onto those who are deserving of it and really, really help people out in that way. So I think whoever this person is, the unicorn might be one of their guides. Total side note, but yeah, I think this is not, I don't want to say it's a karmic connection, because karmic connections are kind of like, oh, you hate yourself, so you're going to attract somebody who is really mean to you, and then through leaving, you kind of learn the lesson, oh, I have to love myself, that's the type of karmic connection where there's like a hard lesson involved. This is more so, I'm getting angelic energy from the swan. Angelic energy. This might be an earth angel person, and that's like that's like an angel that incarnates as a human to help others heal and, to heal the world through their unconditional love and creative talents. But, oh my, I'm just getting so much energy and we're only 2 cards deep. I feel like the swan is in the golden egg's life because they're here to show them how to be loved, how to receive love, what it means to be loved and not used, what it means to be loved unconditionally. And, I feel I'm getting like that Mr. Rogers quote, like, I love you just the way you are. I wouldn't change a thing, That's kind of the energy being directed from the swan to the golden egg. And I don't know if the golden egg person's completely receptive to it, but this feels more like a soulmate energy as opposed to karmic. Like, I feel like this is something that can last a really long time, even if they're just platonic. Soulmates come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. But I think the swan person needs someone to love and to help in that way because it's just in their blood to be a healer and to love unconditionally and support and, uplift others. And then I feel like the golden egg person needs that type of feeling in their life at this time. And in return, they will give the swan their golden egg, their heart. And that is the reward for the swan. But I resist saying it like that because I can understand how that can sometimes create codependency. One person has to be the fixer and the other person is the one that needs fixing, and that's not what we're talking about here. Although I will say these 2 people feel like they have been in codependent relationships before separately. So like the golden egg person had their codependent relationships and friendships, and the swan person had a similar story. And this time around, it's almost like this could be a codependent relationship if you were both in your lower energies, but you're not. And this feels more like a soulmate. Okay, let's move on. So let's read into the golden eggs person at the next time that you see each other. They're going to be feeling the door to personal healing and happiness. Oh, this is just straight up happiness. And this is a lot of healing energy again, And we have broken heart reversed. Wow. Wowers. Okay. Yeah, this is a big confirmation right away. This golden egg person is just being absolutely healed by this person over here. I wonder for some of you, is this person is the swan person here into Reiki or therapy or something like that? Do they try doing things to actively heal other people? Like, are they a massage therapist? Are they in the healing fields at all, even if it's like medicinal, if they're just a doctor or a nurse or something? Drinking some coffee, if you're wondering what that sound is. Interesting. Broken heart in reverse shows that this golden egg person is actively healing their broken heart, overcoming their past, and really identifying their triggers at this time when it comes to connections and relationships and working through them. So this connection is really good for them, and even if they experience some relationship anxiety here, even if they feel like, oh, is this a red flag or am I just being triggered with my past? That process of working through that is actively healing them and healing their heart space, which is really great. And I feel like the doors are opening up for them again into this space of love and pleasure, and they're learning how to have fun again, how to fall in love again, I want to say. So the swan person's energy the next time you guys see each other is caring connections. Wow, can't get more beautiful than that. Yep, they really do care. And man holding a coin. It's funny. I think this is one of those groups where I really can't tell you which side you're on, because sometimes when I do pick a card readings, I'm like, yeah, most people are this side, and I can tell that most people who are watching are, either the swan or the golden egg. But for you, I really can't pinpoint it. I genuinely feel like half of you watching are the swan and the other half are the golden egg person. But this swan person here being in these energies is just, yeah, they're definitely taking on the role of the supporter, of the nurturer. And it's like simultaneously giving me divine feminine and masculine energy, because on one hand, they're in their divine feminine energy by healing and by being so graceful with, just letting their emotions flow and letting their creative ideas flow in this connection. But on the other hand, they're in the role of the divine masculine because they are supporting the golden egg person and being the rock that they need in order to really heal and open up, And by the way, if you're the golden egg person, I'm not trying to make it seem like you're this victim that needs healing. It's just that this really is just such a good healing connection for you. So that's great. That's a good thing, But we clearly see that the swan person really, truly cares about this connection. And they also, with this card, I'm getting the fact that they enjoy spending one-on-one time with the golden egg person more than anything else. So if this is a situation where you're often hanging out with each other in a group, this swan person definitely wants to hang out one-on-one. Also, I'm seeing snuggling being a big thing. If you're into snuggling, even whether this is platonic or not, I snuggle my friends. I see that physical touch may be important for this one person, and they almost heal in that way. That's why I kept getting these messages of massage therapy or, Reiki healing. It's just they enjoy sending love through energy and touch and, that stuff. I think that might be their love language, physical touch. And especially with man holding a coin here, that's very earthy energy as well. Man holding a coin is giving me vibes of they're in their nurturing energy in a very physical way the next time you see each other. So the swan person might be cooking for the golden egg person, or it might take place at their home if it's you're hanging out in somebody's house. Or if you're going out to dinner, they might be the one paying. There's some type of nurturing quality here where the swan person's I just want to take care of this golden egg person, So that's why I feel they're totally in their masculine energy, but, also in their feminine energy, because it's just they just want to take care of the golden egg person and make them feel special the next time that they hang out. And the golden egg person is just soaking up all of the happiness and healing that's going on here. So right away, I think this is going to be a good time, but let's get further into messages. So let's see some messages for the golden egg. Actually, let's just flip all these cards over. We have helpful people, clairvoyance with Archangel Raziel. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. And I think that quote is really important there. So you can clearly see heavenly love. And what did we just talk about? This person being an earth angel and showing the golden egg person what it means to be loved unconditionally. And right now, what the golden egg person's lesson in life is to allow love into their life. And we have enlightenment with the solar plexus chakra. Wow. There is a profound spiritual healing happening the next time that you hang out with each other, the next time you see each other. Especially for the golden egg person, they're just going to feel uplifted by this connection. They are going to feel so loved. And I think there might even be, I was going to say there might be a discussion about letting love into their life more. But honestly, what I'm feeling is more spiritual, more energetic based. Interesting. The swan person strikes me as somebody who might be spiritually aware, or that might not apply for everybody, but they seem to be a healer, a spiritual healer. And it's they go around and they meet people and they almost awaken this otherworldly enlightenment and healing. And it's hard to put into words because they don't do it through words. It's not like they're, a therapist and they teach people through words, coping mechanisms. It's just there's something about their energy that carries a lot of healing energy, which is why I keep going back to is this person a Reiki healer? Are they a distance healer? Are they doing this intentionally, or is this just who they are naturally? Is this just the energy that they carry in their aura? Everybody has an aura and everybody carries different energies there, I know somebody who has the energy of death in their aura, which isn't as bad as it sounds, but, and, I've met people who have a lot of fire energy in their aura, and I've met people who have a lot of, mystical earth energy, fae energy, elf energy, earth angel energy, I just feel that people's auras bring a certain energy into all the relationships that they enter, whether platonic, romantic, whatever. And this swan person is giving me major like spiritual enlightenment is being carried on their back. So whenever they meet somebody, they like wake them up, or they like trigger this massive kundalini healing and awakening without even trying. It's just who they are, which I think is fascinating. And then this golden egg person, they might not think that they carry anything, but they do. They sure do, okay? They carry this energy of tender, unconditional love within themselves that is just so sweet. Like, they almost give me similar energy to like a baby or a puppy. They're just so pure. You just want to squeeze them. They're just so pure, and they somehow have this magic ability to not let all the bad stuff that has happened to them in their life and all of the negative societal expectations affect their pure, kind heart. And so when they meet other people, the energy they give off, the energy that they trigger to other people is that tenderness, is that pureness, like a call back to that place within everybody that is pure and untouched, that pure peace, that pure love. This person, without talking, cuts deep into the core soul of everyone they meet, and they make that person remember themselves. They make those people remember who they are, what their soul came here to do, and I feel like the golden egg person is low-key really empowering without even trying sometimes, just by meeting people and just talking the way they talk or acting the way they act. It strikes this chord in others that makes other people around them more confident, like, oh yes, I am a powerful person who has come to this earth to do this thing. I am not this lowly person that I thought I was. I'm actually here to do great good and service. Which is why they're surrounded by people, The golden egg, they have this golden energy within them. So here they are, like in the center almost, and all these people are surrounding them like, wow, like just closing in on that golden, pure energy. It's like a little dash of just pure spirit in this person's soul. This is getting really deep. I did not mean for this reading to get so deep, guys. It's your energies, though. Like, you two are like deep spiritual healers, I guess. But this golden egg person might actually have a lot of followers around them. Whether in person, they might have a lot of friends. They might have a big family, or followers on social media or something like that. Or maybe in their career, they have like a following of some sort. But I don't think they consciously realize it, but it's because they have like just pure source energy at the center of their aura. And technically everybody does, because we're all source energy, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's just like this golden hearted aura within this person. Oof, okay, I gotta move on. We're getting too deep. Okay. We have forgiveness coming out for the swan person the next time you see each other. We have passion, and we have perseverance with the sacral chakra. Okay, so forgiveness is really striking a chord in me for this next time you guys meet. I think I'm getting the vibe that something might have happened in this connection. Like, maybe there was a dumb, small argument. Maybe there was just, I feel like the swan person might have got a little bit too much in their teacher energy, or their parental energy, I want to say, and was talking to the golden egg person as if they, the golden egg person didn't know what they were talking about. Because the thing is, I think the golden egg person, they actually have a ton of wisdom within them. Like, these two are complete equals, okay? In fact, if anything, I think the golden egg person might be, a little bit more spiritually aware than the swan person. But I think the swan person is it's so hard to describe the dynamic, guys. I'm trying my best. I think the swan person might be used to speaking to others in like a teacher voice or a parent voice, And I think they might have done that to the golden egg person, and the golden egg person might have been a little bit offended and might have, closed himself off a little bit. And so I think there's this element of forgiveness here of like, okay, let's just let all this dumb stuff go. I think something really stupid happened between the two of you, honestly, like a dumb argument or a dumb little thing that made you maybe not, associate that much with each other for a while, but I definitely see you guys burying the hatchet the next time you see each other. Like, it's just not, I don't even know if it's going to be talked about, to be honest. I think it's just like, okay, we're hanging out again, and, it's just going back to normal, which I think is really excellent and interesting. Also, can I just point out that this golden egg person has gold all up in this reading, like the gold doors, gold energy here, gold energy there. This whole card is gold. So that's really interesting. I wonder, I definitely think they have a very valuable spirit, okay? Valuable spirit. Fascinating. Anyways, swan person, out here with passion, Archangel Heniel. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and your career. So I think this swan person has a lot to share with the golden egg person, a lot to, inform them on when it comes to their career, when it comes to the things that they're passionate about. Maybe they have a passion project that they're looking to develop. But, honestly, we do even see the solar plexus chakra here, which is a very big passion card. The solar plexus chakra rules over sensuality and being in the flow, and that flow is creative and sexual. So, however this person feels, either they're going to passionately talk about their passion with the golden egg person the next time they see each other, show them some of their projects they've been working on, or if this passion is more directed towards the golden egg person themselves, they're really going to show that passion in a romantic way, if that's the nature of this connection, and they're really going to kind of, I want to say, like, shower the golden egg person with their affection and love. Sorry, I started laughing. The words golden and shower together, never mind, I have a dirty mind. Anyways, perseverance. I'm looking at the artwork on this card, and we have this, like, higher spirit guide, allowing this person to step into their confidence and kind of let go of these drab, dreary drapes they've been wearing over themselves. I think both people in this connection are actually really powerful individuals, especially in, like, a spiritual sense, which I know sounds so weird, but it's just like, I think in your careers or in your spirituality, you're both really, really powerful. Like, you connect to other people. You cut to the core of who they are. You just have this very strong aura individual of each other. And I think you both have a problem with kind of remaining humble with it, You come across, or you feel comfortable coming across to other people as humble, when in reality, you might be this, like, I don't know, this ancient witch who does these magical spells that are just so powerful. Or you might be this super in tune with the universe, therapist, writer, blogger, I don't know. Or you might just be this profound person in general, like, just giving all your energy to other people, for humanity to evolve. There's this pureness over here, I want to say, especially with the golden egg person. Like, everything that they do in life is to better humanity, and that's, like, golden. That's, like, completely pure intentions all around with everything they do, which has gotten them hurt in the past with, people who like to use people with pure intentions, but they have a golden soul over here. There's not a drop of bad intention from this person. But they try to remain very humble because of that as well, They're almost like they might make, like, $30,000 a month, for example, but, when they show up to hang out with people, they just wear jeans and, I don't know, there might be a little dirt on them. They're driving a Honda. I don't know. They're just extremely down to earth. So I think both of you kind of have a problem with coming across as way more humble than you should. And you both are just very powerful individuals. Or at least the golden egg person is giving me major, like, humble vibes. And I almost feel at times the swan person might underestimate the golden egg person and might not quite realize just how in touch, pure, and I want to say well off for some reason the golden egg person is. And well off can mean a lot of things. Like, well off in life, in money, in love, and health, I don't know. Because I'm almost getting this, I don't want to say condescending attitude from the swan to the golden egg person, but, very fascinating. I think the swan person could do to respect the golden egg person a bit more when it comes to their ability to take care of themselves as an adult and as an individual. Fascinating. But I will say there's a lot of love here. I think the golden egg person, honestly, they can love literally anybody in the world. And they wouldn't be lying if they said that. There is something about the swan person that feels some type of regret, or like maybe they just did something here and they're wanting to work through an issue. And I feel like that issue isn't even really on the golden egg the golden egg person's mind. But yeah, this person's really wanting to move forward and persevere in this connection. So they might do an apology or something of that nature, or some type of forgiveness. I don't know. Something of that nature might come up the next time you see each other. So let's look into these cards now. Next time y'all see each other, what's going down? We have the Fool in reversed coming out. Ooh, this is like, okay, this could be the start of something new. Also, I'm really drawn to the full moon here, so it might be a significant moon cycle. The next time you see each other, either a full moon or a new moon. Actually, I think right now as I'm filming this, it's a new moon in Cancer, so that's fascinating. Maybe during the full Capricorn moon, something of significance might go down, or maybe not, I don't know. But this is really showing that your intuition, both of your intuitions, are really calling you to have some type of new start in this connection here, to kind of follow your intuition and take a leap of faith in this connection. Maybe say something or do something. Your intuition's telling you to do it. But then the other part of your brain, like your logical mind's like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. Like, maybe I shouldn't do that. So in reversed, it's kind of like hesitating a little bit too long. Waiting a little bit too long, not saying or doing the thing, or just kind of waiting until the moment feels more appropriate. Does that make sense? Like maybe the next time you hang out, it might not be the best setting per se for a deeper type of conversation, or, you know, taking some type of leap of faith here. Interesting. I see somebody holding back what they really want to say. We have the full moon in Cancer. Interesting. So we're in Cancer season, so that's fascinating. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Yeah, there's something that definitely happened in this connection. Some type of argument, some type of issue here. And the next time you see each other, I'm really picking up the vibe of just burying the hatchet, letting go of resentments. Maybe an apology is coming forward, or an offer of forgiveness, forgive and forget. I for a lot of you, actually, I'm seeing this notion of like cheers. You clink glasses and you're like, all right, starting fresh. The full moon energy really breaks up everything. The energy reaches a peak and then it all falls apart, and then the moon starts waning again. And so I see here there's just some type of energy that's just built up for way too long here, and it's just like, let's just let it go. And that's another message of the Fool, just kind of like lingering in an area for a little bit too long, or at least when the Fool's in reversed. So next time you see each other, I'm definitely seeing some type of apology, some type of, just letting go of the past and moving on here, in a very good way. It's just like, let's forgive and forget. Let's move on from this. We have Observer. Ooh, and look, they're looking up at the moon. The moon might be a significant message for some of you guys if the moon is something really significant to you or your person, or at the time that you next see them, this is your sign. But with the Observer card coming out here, I think I'm not getting really an energy of anything super duper significant happening. It's just more so like, okay, I'm just gonna pay attention to the energy that I pick up from this person, and then I'm gonna see where that kind of goes. It's almost like it would be inappropriate to have something like really huge happen the next time you see each other. Does that make sense? So for some of you guys, you two might be coming out of a separation, or coming out of a period after an argument, or some type of just not seeing eye to eye. And so this is your next time hanging out with them. And so it's just kind of like, getting a feel for each other's energy and where you stand, and, where things are going. So nobody's going to try anything that might push things too far the next time you see each other. Does that make sense for you? We have rest and relaxation going on here. So nice peaceful time with each other. We have healing. Yeah, big theme, big theme. We have self-love and optimism. And we have home and garden. I feel for many of you, this might happen at somebody's house. Okay. I'm getting a lot of Cancerian energy from this, so maybe you guys agree to hang out and you go to one of each other's houses, or maybe even literally like a garden, like a botanical garden or something of that nature. But I'm just seeing so much healing energy here, which makes me think nature might be involved in some way. Maybe you're going for a walk in the woods or something, because nature and plants are really healing, and I'm just like seeing the kind of like the energy that they give off being surrounded in this connection. And that could be because you're literally in nature, or because somebody in this connection is using Reiki and energy healing to just kind of heal the connection. And they might be using a visualization technique where they take the energy from plants, from nature, and then they pour it into this connection, clearing out any bad energies, bad vibes, and getting you on nice clear grounds together. I'm telling you, one of the two of you has to be an energy healer. And I feel like you're doing this consciously, because the messages, the visuals I'm picking up here, it's just, there's no way you're both normal people. Somebody's doing energy work in this connection. Somebody is visualizing this connection being healed, being restored, coming into this place of peace and understanding each other. And it's working, because the next time you hang out and see each other, it's going to be nice and playful and fun. It's just going to be relaxing, and with healing and with rest and relaxation, there's nothing big happening the next time you hang out. I really want to emphasize that. This isn't going to be dramatic. This isn't going to be like, oh my gosh, this huge thing's happening, No, it's just going to be normal. And I think that's exactly what your connection needs right now. Just a nice, normal, relaxing time together to restore the normalcy and restore the peace. So next time you guys see each other, nothing exciting is going to happen, and that's exactly what you need. So let's get some more specific messages. Oh, dear Lord. Four of Swords reversed. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, healing, resting, relaxing, but we'll put that card away. Wait, hold on. I just messed everything up. Okay. What's this card? Queen of Cups. Yep, that's the swan. Look. Similar vibe, similar energy. The Queen of Cups is the nurturer, the one who energy heals, the one who is a psychic and creative and loving. There's so much love in this connection. So much love. Genuine love. Healing love. Mystical love. It's a mystical, loving connection full of creative energy. You're both giving me creative vibes. You're both giving me spiritually aware vibes. So, and this person is extremely nurturing. This person would make a wonderful parent if they're not already. And this person is giving me like Jesus energy. We have such a wonderful parent energy over here, and then this person's just like the next Messiah. No offense to anybody who's, religious. This is just, a metaphor. We have the moon, which is even more mystical, magical energy. What do you know? And this is really telling me that we don't know where this connection's going, guys. And I don't think either of you have any expectations for where this connection's going. The next time you hang out, you're just going to feel the energy. You're just going to see where things go and follow your intuition. Both of you. You're both doing this. It feels right to hang out. It feels right to kind of, continue this connection. So let's just see where it goes. This is giving me a see where it goes vibe. Your intuition is just guiding you to hang out again. And so you're doing it. And you're going to do it and see why your intuition's guiding you there. That's what we see. That's what we see. I don't think the golden egg person has strong intentions when it comes to this connection. I don't think they're sitting here and saying oh yeah, I want to marry this person and spend the rest of my life with them. We're going to be BFFs forever. But I do think that the swan person might have some ambitions to perhaps have a long-term partnership or best friend, whatever your relationship is, and, really have a foundation for that and, say yes, this is my girlfriend, or yes, this is my best friend, and this is where this connection's going. I think they crave that, whereas I think the golden egg person's just extremely spiritual And they're just like, my intuition is telling me to be here, so I'm going to be here. So let's just see where it goes, you know? Whew, interesting. Let's get some more cards, and then we will do some channeled messages from each other to each other. What's going down the next time they hang out? Also, tons of water energy here. I wonder if some of you guys are going to go swimming or go to like I was going to say beach, but in my mind, I envisioned like a river or a creek of some sort. We have the 6 of Swords with more water here. Yeah, this is really showing me that burying the hatchet, getting into firm grounds with each other, you know? Maybe for some of you guys, you were friends and you had like a friendship breakup, and now you are kind of, you know, just burying the hatchet, moving out of these emotional waters and onto solid ground with each other. We have the 3 of Cups in reversed. So this is showing me, see, this is complicated. It's like you're too close with each other to just be friends, but you're too far apart to be super committed relationship energy. That's exactly what I'm getting from that. Also, there might be drinking involved the next time you guys hang out for some of you. And to that, I will say, have fun, but don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, I feel like the line between what is friends and what is romance might get a little bit more blurred. We have, do with that what you will, 2 of Pentacles reversed. This is showing me the same exact energy. Yeah, like balancing platonic connection with, you know, something more deep and spiritual and romantic. I think the line's a little blurred there for a bit, especially for the Swan person. They extremely are giving me passion and romance and caring connection. Like, you know, this is deeper for them. And I don't think it's like any less deep for the Golden Egg person, but I think for them it's just like, you know, just kind of going with the flow, seeing where it goes. They don't have an agenda, you know? And then we have the 4 of Cups in reversed. Interesting. So usually this gives me, I think the Golden Egg person, to be honest, might be slightly in denial about the potential of this relationship. Or like, they're still in a healing stage, and it's almost like the Swan person is everything that they have ever asked for in life, you know, from a partner. Like, they have the exact life plan that they asked the universe for. You know, maybe they wanted to get married and have kids and, you know, live in a nice house in the woods or something. I don't know. And then this person comes in and they're like, that's exactly what I want to do. And then this person's just like not in a space in their life where they may recognize that this person's a soulmate, if that makes sense, even though they're this extremely powerful healer for everyone around them. I think when it comes to their own life, they're just like, they ignore some signs for their own personal relationships, if that makes sense. So let's dive into the channeled messages, my favorite part of the reading. So let's start with the Swan to the Golden Egg person. So if the Swan was 100% honest to the Golden Egg person about their thoughts and feelings, the next time they see each other, what would they say? What would they say? Okay, that is way too many cards. Maybe like 2 or 3 or 4. What would the Swan person say to the Golden Egg person if they were 100% open and honest about, wow, I saw the Queen of Cups. And they are the Queen of Cups, even if they're a man. Which is funny, because I feel like this person, like for a lot of you guys, this is a man. But they give me very feminine energy, which is perfectly fine. In fact, we love a man with feminine energy in this house. So yeah, the Queen of Cups came out, like pops right out for the Swan, which I think is fascinating. And they're saying to the Golden Egg person, I protect my energy because I am psychic, empathetic, and into non-mainstream topics. But once I make a connection, I will treasure and love you deeply. Yeah, this person's definitely, I feel that the Swan person is low-key this psychic or this energy healer who is into energy healing. I feel like they're the ones trying to pour this healing energy into the connection. They have a high emotional intelligence. They have extremely loving behavior. They're fallen in love with the Golden Egg person. And, you know, again, motherhood and creative projects might be very important to them. Woo! We have the Page of Wands. I want to woo you, they tell the golden egg person. This is a new relationship where the swan person is still in this stage of trying to impress the golden egg person. This person has a hard-on for the golden egg. Yeah, I knew there's some sexual tension there with the swan. They might be an extremely talkative and charming individual, youthful and energetic. Texting and writing might be easier for them than speaking. And when it comes to this person, the golden egg should pay attention to their actions as well as their words, okay? Because the line there might be a little iffy sometimes, which might be why, they got into an argument in the first place. So we have the 7 of Swords coming out. Ooh, my intentions aren't pure. I want to take more than I give. I play games because I don't view this as serious. If you just want a fun time, I'm your person. Complicated swan. They love so deeply, but they are a multifaceted person, and I think they might be used to playing games in connections like this. Or I think, maybe the swan person might be, is that harsh to say? I was gonna say they might be a selfish lover. I don't know if that's something I should be saying, though. They might not be 100% honest about their intentions. Like I said, this swan person is giving me intentions with this connection. They have an agenda here. Now, that agenda might be caring connections. They want, something really deep with the egg person. The egg person's giving me no intentions. They're just here because their intuition's telling them to be, right? So I think that the swan person is not sharing their agenda or their plan. Maybe they have some secret, oh, you know what? Maybe they are secretly trying to heal this connection and bring it together, doing some magic and stuff, but they're not telling the other person they're doing that. Fascinating. I think in the past this might have been a problem, though, and that might be why there was an argument here. They were trying to, I'm just getting such a random energy. So random. It's like a negative spirit took a hold of them or something. And one day randomly they just got argumentative in an egotistical way. And they just wanted to feel like that parent, that teacher, because their codependent history got the best of them in a moment temporarily. And they started this argument. Or they came across in this one instance to the golden egg person as just being a know-it-all or just being condescending. There's this ego play here that came out of nowhere for the swan person. And it was their past, randomly, boom, popping up out of nowhere and just haunting the connection. Wow. But it was so out of character and so random. And I think even they were like, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Which is why, there's this energy of I need to apologize to the golden egg person because what the heck was that? What was that? And their last thing they would say are Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I am starting to realize just how much I love you. I want to start something new with you. They're falling in love. They effing love you. I want your babies. Yeah, this person's definitely into children. I'm not like that. Oh my God. They want kids. Oh my gosh. New relationship energy. They just give off a very parental vibe. Okay. But they need to learn that this golden egg person is not a child. Okay. In fact, I think that the golden egg person is, might be quite more spiritually awakened than they are, but since they're so humble about it, they don't like to come off as a know-it-all like the swan person does. That's so interesting. Wow. What would the golden egg person say to the swan person? So what would the golden egg person say to the swan the next time they see each other if they were 100% honest about the feelings that they have? Wow, when did these cards flip over? Okay, I guess these are for you. Let's see if any more come out. Okay, that was also immediate. All right. Yeah, I definitely think the golden egg person is just pretty straight up with their feelings, honestly. They would say, the Knight of Swords, I have an obsessive personality. I'm always looking for change and growth. Now, this might be with the relationship itself or just with their life in general. They're always looking for, how can I get better? How can I heal? They're always soul searching in that way and trying to heal themselves, better themselves. So they're diving headfirst into this feeling that's guiding them, to hang out with the swan and just, see what comes of it. I think this person really likes, I don't want to say drama and chaos. That sounds wrong, but like they like challenging situations and they like to just see where unpredictable things go. They're quick starting relationships, but they tend to burn out just as quickly, or perhaps they feel like this is what this relationship was. Like it started really quickly and, it just burned out really quickly as well. Drama starting, reckless communication and action, rushing too quickly into this. Yeah, I think this person feels like this connection was just too much drama. Like it just felt too much, it was too quick moving at first. I think perhaps even the golden egg person might have found the swan person to be ever so slightly more clingy than them, or just a little bit more intense than the golden egg person is used to, because like we said here, this person has a pure heart, but I think in their past they were surrounded by people who did not share those pure thoughts and hearts, and so. And it's almost like I definitely feel ever slightly like self-sabotaging energy from the golden egg. This Four of Cups is coming from them. I think that the universe, their intuition, is guiding them towards this person, or at least towards somebody like them. And they are kind of resisting it, hesitating a bit, because it's almost like too good to be true, or, they just want to take things slower, I feel, because they're still healing. And I think, in a way, the swan person might have dived a little bit too quickly, or I don't know. Weird energy. This is such a multifaceted situation with so much emotional depth that you're in with this person, with this connection, whatever. So we have the Five of Swords coming out. I can't handle the stress and conflicts. I'd rather just walk away than resolve it. Ooh, that might have been exactly what happened, too. This person might have came out here, needing like a random ego boost or something. Like it's almost like their past self that's used to codependent relationships just randomly came out and they needed to be that healer, that fixer, that know-it-all, and it might have started an argument, might have started some type of weird dumb tension, and the golden egg person's like, nah, I'm not here for this. I'm healing. I'm not giving into drama. Nope. Love myself. I'm out. I'm bouncing. Okay. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Cannot handle it. Yeah, because I think this person is used to being in situations where they were verbally abused, and they're walking away with their self-respect. And it says this relationship is done. It is not healthy. Ooh. Wow. I'm starting to get a fuller picture here. A lot of you guys who select the group number 3 are in a separation. And this is what's going to happen the first time that you see each other after that separation. Or maybe you've been separated and perhaps you talked about seeing each other soon or something, and that's why you clicked this video. And wow. I think the golden egg person is a bit more wise than the swan person can see at times. I think that they just did their fair share. They feel like they did their fair share of putting up with people who did not talk to them right in their life. And, this one small instance, the swan person just accidentally said something that was a bit too much. And in the swan person's eyes, it might have been an overreaction that the golden egg person was like, nope, not doing it, done. They might have viewed that as an overreaction, but I don't think they realized that the golden egg person has been through so much in life that even the slightest amount of that, like, yeah, it might trigger them, it might trigger their past, but it's just like, I'm in the golden egg person's mind, they have done so much inner healing work, so much enlightenment work, so much trying to surround themselves with good people and trying to heal their heart and trying to open the doors of love up and not let their traumas get in the way of their heart being open. They've done so much work when it comes to their self-esteem and trying to keep an optimistic perspective after really dark things has happened to them. So when this person came in a little bit too hot one day with, how they were speaking, I want to say, this golden egg person, that was it. Boom. One red flag, you're done. It's not baseball. 3 strikes, you're out. It's 1 strike, you're out for the golden egg person. They couldn't do it. They walked away. Queen of Wands. You both have queen energy coming out here, both in your divine feminine, which makes sense to me. I am at all with your leadership, warmth, and creativity and the life that you have built for yourself. So despite the fact that the golden egg person, just didn't want to put up with the drama, they actually have a lot of respect for the swan person, and they think that the swan person is just a very warm person, very loving. They can feel the care, the love, the depth of emotion in the swan person. And I also feel like the swan person might have some type of hidden passion or creative energy within them as well. They might make their own clothes or make music or art or dance or something like that, cooking. And I think this golden egg person definitely has tons of respect for this person here, They enjoy them as a person. And I think that's the most important. They can love anybody, They have a pure heart. They can love anybody. But what is really important is when they like somebody, when they're able to say, yeah, I like that person. I like the person that they are. So they definitely have a lot of respect. And they would also say 10 of Cups. You make me so happy. I can see us spending the rest of our lives together, feeling secure and prosperous in love, creating a home and family. Yeah, that's like a dream I think both of these people have, low-key. Happy and prosperous, oh my gosh, and emotionally fulfilled. Like many things in life, this connection that you're dealing with, group number 3, is not straightforward, okay? It's not black, it's not white, this is gray. And we have a complicated situation here where there are two very emotionally and spiritually aware people coming together from two individual pasts that had elements of codependency and toxicity. And I think there was just this weird blip in time where both of you simultaneously kind of stepped into that energy for like 2 seconds, This person became a know-it-all, and this person became easily triggered and cut it off or just got distant. And it just kind of messed up something here that was kind of pure and seemed like it was going in a really good direction. Like you were both on the same page. You both wanted like home, family, relationship, best friends forever type of energy. And then this weird argument or something happened and just kind of messed things up. It made things weird. So the next time you're seeing each other, nothing big's going to happen. And that's exactly what you both need. You both need to just hang out and go back to how it was, go back to just enjoying each other's company, no drama, no trying anything, no pushing anything, just enjoying each other's company and energy. And I feel like both of you will be in this observer role, just kind of paying attention to the other person and their energy and, the feelings that come up and just trying to feel how it is to hang out with each other after this situation, I would definitely say if something didn't happen, this might not be your reading. I know it's a little late to say that, but there's definitely some type of argument or separation here or just weird energy that needs clearing. And I'm not 100% sure if you're actually going to talk about what happened. I think first things first, you're going to hang out and just feel the energy. And if it feels like it's just going back to normal, you might never have to mention it again. Kind of like siblings. You get into a fight and then like 20 minutes later, you're like, do you want something for dinner? Like, what do you want? You want to go out with me? That type of energy where it's just like, yeah, we're not going to address what happened. We're just going to go back to normal and let bygones be bygones. Or you might talk about it. But I think the next time you hang out, there will be a lot of healing energy for sure. A lot of just letting go of whatever happened here and enjoying each other again. Because I do think that, this person's really protective over the golden egg person. And the golden egg person really admires how openly emotional and romantic and creative this person is. I think that's a value that that's a quality that they value. And they, of course, get tons of happiness from this connection. These people are very similar. Very in tune emotionally, spiritually, mentally. They're tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the divine, and it's kind of hard to meet people like that. They're not common to come by. And yeah, there's a lot of passion here. There is a lot of spirituality here, and I think those two elements combine beautifully, but there might be this period needed of just kind of tempering things out. And I would say, especially if you're the swan person watching, when you start hanging out with this person again, take things slowly. You know, don't overwhelm the egg person and just kind of let things flow where they may. And if you're the golden egg person, my advice to you would be forgive a little bit more willingly. And yeah, that's all I feel guided to say today. Thank you guys for joining me. Like this video if you liked it. I'd love to hear the situation that you're going through down below in the comments. And I'm sure other people who selected this group would be interested in your stories. So go ahead and leave that. If you have any suggestions for future pick a card readings that you want me to do, you can leave that in the comments as well. I do offer personal readings right now at spiritpsychic.org, not .com. Or you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter for my unfiltered thoughts and life. I would never solicit anybody for a reading. I'm never going to slide in your DMs asking to do a reading. I just offer them on spiritpsychic.org right now. Current waiting time for that is 7 business days. So you order it, you email me your questions and your situation, and then you will get your reading in 7 days via video or a written PDF, depending on what you get. So I look forward to doing that if you're interested in that. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you have, I absolutely adore you. You're my favorite. And that's all, guys. Bye.